Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, family. We are here while you guys coming on in. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be notified, ladies and gentlemen, whenever we go live. Let's get this work, family. Let's go.
Kind of slaves. There was the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house with master. They dressed pretty good. They ate good because they ate his food, what he left. They lived in the attic or the basement, but still they lived near their master. And they loved their master more than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro said, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro. If the master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would fight harder to put the blaze out than the master would. If the master got sick, the house Negro would say, what's the matter, boss? We sick. We sick. He identified himself with his master more than his master identified with himself. And if you came to the house Negro and said, let's run away, let's escape, let's separate, that house Negro would look at you and say, man, you crazy. What you mean separate? Where is there a better house than this? Where can I wear better clothes than this? Where can I eat better food than this? That was that house Negro. In those days, he was called a house. And that's what we call him today, because we still got some house running around here. This modern house Negro loves his master. He wants to live near him. He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master. And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here. I'm the only one on my job. I'm the only one in this school. You're nothing but a house Negro. And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation. What you mean separate? From America? This good white man? Where you gonna get a better job than you get here? I mean, this is what you say. I ain't left nothing in Africa. That's what you say. Why, you left your mind in Africa.
Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, family. We are here. We here. I see y'all, family. Salute to the chat. Salute to the family. Shout out to you guys for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the family. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Guys, them goddamn house Negroes. Them goddamn house Negroes. They out here tap dancing, trying their hardest to interfere of what me and the family got going on over here. But it won't work. This video that I played in the beginning of the live stream was for the Sambos out there, the house Negroes that's tap dancing so hard against Nolan Wells and Carmelo Anthony. We see y'all. We see y'all. We know what y'all doing out here, but it won't work. Because family, we got them panicking right now. They out here panicking. The white supremacists is panicking. The Sambo class is panicking. Right? They don't know what to do. This belt to ass season, family, is real. Oh, it's real, and they feel it. They feel it. But how you guys doing on this evening? Thank you guys so much for joining me. We got a lot to discuss on this evening. We got work to do, family. We got work to do on a day-to-day basis. This is what we do. We show up, we show out, we'll be a voice, and we'll be an advocate for our people. Simple as that. Simple as that. So while you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that pressure that we are putting on Mississippi right now is powerful. The pressure that we are putting on the mainstream media right now got them in shambles. They panicking. They panicking. But salute to the family. Salute to the team. Shout out to Nikki coming in with the $5 cash app already for your fantastic journalism. Thank you so much, Nikki. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You are the real MVP. Shout out to the family. Yeah, we here. We here, family. We here. Man. I'm fired up on this evening. So, guys, the father of Warren Hudson offering $50K reward, family. The father of Warren came out and spoke with TMZ, said that he is offering a $50K reward for a conviction in an arrest for any information on the Nolan Wells case because he cared about Nolan so much. He cared about Nolan so much, family, that he waited a whole month to come out and want to offer money and try to get some type of information about what happened to Nolan Wells. 3.5 weeks later, right? And then not only that, he didn't reach out to Benjamin Crump. He didn't reach out to the Wells family, Nolan's parents. He ran his ass to TMZ and told TMZ to publish this. And you think that he's being genuine behind this? I'm going to tell you what this is, family. I'm going to tell you exactly what this is, right? As you can see over here, Al Sharpton offering $50K, Terrell Owens offering $25K, Tyler Perry paid for the funeral, right? And he also offering $50K, and now Warren's father is adding to the pot, $50K. So now we got a total of $175,000 reward money. You right. I don't think he gonna pay nothing. He just bluffing. He's bluffing because that heat is getting on him right now. See, what they thought, family, was Officer Tatum, right? Their interview, because Warren's father and his stepmother, right? He's married to Judge Cole. See, what they thought was, we are going to allow Warren to interview with Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum, so he can clean up Warren image and, you know, be the public defender of Warren and the rest of these white boys, right? That's what he thought, but that failed. That interview failed. Warren got exposed in that interview. It didn't help him at all. So now they panicking. And not only that, your boy Bart went and got a lawyer. Yeah, your boy Bart went down there to the law enforcement and gave up 20 names about what he seen and who was around Nolan and potential suspects. And they fighting amongst the group right now, family. They finna start telling on each other. Yeah, family, they finna start telling on each other. It's getting serious, right? They thought that it was gonna get away with this. They thought, hey, you know what? Let's push Officer Tatum out there to distract the public, spread a bunch of lies, make up a bunch of shit, right? No proof, no evidence, no nothing. Just have Warren talk on his platform and separate himself from Nolan, and then everybody gonna believe him. That didn't work. Why you think, family, that you see Officer Tatum out here getting cooked on everybody's platform? Officer Tatum is getting cooked because he's low IQ and he's stupid. See, the Sambo class is very ignorant, but they willing to die on his heel to defend white supremacists because they didn't expect the family to be this serious and be on cold like this. Yeah, we serious. The state of Mississippi thought, see, the reason why they continuing to have an open investigation, family, so they can take their time and try to tire us out and try to fatigue us and exhaust us, right? So we can just go away and leave them alone and they can come up with their own scenario about what happened to Nolan. And then we could just move on to the next case. No, black people said, no. It's almost a month later and we still loud and vocal about what happened to Nolan. We ain't going nowhere. Because if the father really wanted justice for Nolan, why you ain't talk to Benjamin Crump? Why you ain't talk to Christina? It's a tip line on Benjamin Crump. I'm pretty sure that you got her number because your wife, sir, graduated with Christina. Warren got on the platform and said that he's good friends with Nolan, even though we know he's an enemy of Nolan. All of these friends, family, that came out said that they're friends with Nolan. All of them is trying to back away from Nolan. Nobody is defending Nolan but us, family. If you listen to Tristan, Warren, everybody else that's lowering up in hiding, nobody is actually defending Nolan but us. But they got the nerve to say that we are race hustling. We are race baiting. But we've been standing on 10 toes since day one, since July 4th. The news broke that Nolan went missing. We've been on this case and we ain't let up. And now you got imaginary witnesses coming out of the woodworks after this audio being released talking about some, hey, you know what? I did see Nolan. Oh, you seen Nolan, huh? Come to the forefront. Identify yourself. Let us know. What time? What's your name? And if you know Nolan, why Nolan didn't leave with you? So now, family, the goal is to slander Nolan. He was heavily drinking. And to put some icing on top of that, let's say that he was full of that cocaine. Yeah, that's what they doing. Bart went and got a lawyer because Bart is telling on folks. And Warren's father seen the play. So they going to defend Warren because they know that little circle of friends is starting to divide, family. It's starting to divide. I told you the walls is closing in on this case. That Medicare examiner can wait all she want to. She thinks she gonna stall us out and not give us no information. The district attorney thinks she gonna stall us out, talking about she not gonna give us no information. That's cool. That's fine. We still not going nowhere. We still not going nowhere. It's $175,000 reward on the table right now for any information on the disappearance of Nolan Wells. But I don't think the father is this serious, family. Yeah, they scared. They scared. Oh, they scared. Y'all remember when Tristan got on the platform and said, hey, we a tight-knit community. It don't look like it no more. It don't look like it no more. Warren's father said, F all that. Officer Tatum ain't working. See, they play was to send Officer Tatum out here because Officer Tatum is trying to interfere with this case. Officer Tatum's objective is to defend these white boys and slander Nolan Wells. That's why, family, on the live stream yesterday, we played him talking about Nolan being on cocaine with no evidence, no proof. Talking about a DM off another person's DM. A screenshot from another DM. See, they was banking. Judge Cole was banking that Officer Tatum was going to do his job and save these white boys. But it didn't work. The family ain't went for it. The family didn't go for it. It's all backfiring in their face right now, family. In 4K. In 4 fucking K, family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to us, family. We ain't been playing. We ain't been playing no games. And Bart attorney want to come out here and try to scare people with litigations and, you know, silver suits. That's not going to stop nobody. Because Warren the one that brought your name up, Bart. Warren was the one. And not only that, they were screaming your name on that 911 dispatch call, Bart. So we only bringing up what we heard on that 911 dispatch call and what Warren said in that interview. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Oh, come to find out, you are my buddy. After lying about not being in Mississippi, by the way. And now you got your mother going all on everybody comments, trying to explain, trying to babble for you. But Warren said, F all that. I'm going to go down there to the police department and give up 20 names, family. Warren is cooperating with the police 100%. His lawyer said that he's cooperating. Not only that, Warren gave up his phone, his social media accounts, everything, and he gave up 20 potential suspects, family. 20 potential suspects. Yeah, Bart not playing. Bart is not playing, family. But shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for being focused. Thank you guys for not being distracted because they think Officer Tatum going around. Because why you guys think you see Officer Tatum so much? Why you think you see? Because you got to ask yourself, why is Officer Tatum inserting himself inside this Nolan Wells case so much? He's interviewing with Nancy Grace. He's interviewing with Stephen A. Smith. He's all over the goddamn place trying to be a public defender for these boys, and it's backfiring. Officer Tatum is getting cooked. And I seen a few clips out there with him on Nancy Grace. She cooked his ass. It's easy to cook him because he's a liar. He's a fucking liar. It's nothing that you can do when you meet somebody that actually know what they talking about. You look like a fool. And the YT community is pushing him out here to speak on the behalf of these boys, to advocate for these boys. and it's not working. People is not falling for the bullshit anymore. Officer Tater, you might as well pack it up and go home, sir. Ain't nobody listening to you. Shout out to my boy Nathaniel coming in with the $2 super chat. What's up, family? How are you doing today? I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Black and highly favored. Shout out to you, Nathaniel, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the family. Let's get it. Salute to y'all. But first things first, family. I want to go over here. And I want you guys to, I want to play this video of Nolan's mother, right? Because she has responded to the backlash and a lot of people critiquing her about how she's grieving, how she's dealing with this situation, you know, receiving death threats in the mail. A lot of people sending them death threats, calling them racist. Even Tristan called them a racist. Tristan calling them a rage baiter. The bootlickers, the Sambos attacking her. The white supremacists attacking her job, attacking her career. All because this woman wants to get justice for her family. All because she want to get her answers, her questions answered. They mad as hell. They mad as hell. Because we will not stop. We will not let up. We are going to keep the pressure on this case. Keep the pressure on Mississippi. Keep belt to ass on the district attorney, the judge, the white boys that's in this, and the governor. Y'all not getting away with this. But shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. While you guys coming on in, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, family. Let's get into it.
Good morning, Boo Bears. I hope everyone is doing well. This has been a trying week for sure. I feel like I am just all over the place, and it has been like, I don't even know the word to describe it. I'm holding on to my faith. My husband and I are leaning heavy into each other in our faith and our family and our friends that are showing up for us. But it's hard. Every day is different. Every second is different. Grief is different. This grief, I've said it before in a previous video, this grief is just different. I miss my baby. I miss him coming into our room and laying across.
Yeah, I got you, Jessos Network. I got you. Can you send me an email about that?
I miss seeing his smile. I miss his hugs. I miss hearing him say, "I love you, Mom." I just miss all of those things. And I know that.
Bro, you can just look in her face, bro, and you can just tell, like, this is destroying her, but she got to be strong right now, right? Because she have to show up for her son. Because her son has a open case, but it's destroying her on the inside. Because Nolan is not here, and he was unalive for no reason. He wasn't out in the streets. He wasn't in Chicago doing drive-bys. He wasn't indulging in anything criminal. He went out to an island for the 4th of July to have a good time with his so-called friends that was really his enemy. And everybody came back home except for her son, Nolan Wells. And everybody got smoke for her. Everybody got fucking smoke for this woman. And all she's doing is trying to find out what happened to her son.
We will not have that again. I will not be able to hear those words. I will not be able to put my arms around him. Like, I know that. And we're just trying to make it through. And we've had so much love from everyone. But we've also had a lot of hate. And that's one thing I don't really get on any of my social media and talk about is the backlash, the hate that we're receiving, because I don't really like to give those things attention. I really want to try to just focus on those who are supporting us, who are asking the most important question. I don't care about all these other questions. I truly do not care, because me and my family, we don't owe anybody anything. The only thing we did initially, we just asked a question. We asked, what happened to Nolan?
That's been a question from the jump, and I got to stop because it's a music playing, so you guys gonna hear me interject here and there because TikTok is playing this music. But that's the only question that Christina and her family been asking. We've been asking is what happened to Nolan. And the reason why you hear all these narratives is because of the mainstream media and the white supremacists. They making this about race. They's the ones that's bringing up all these, oh, he was drunk and he was on these drugs, and they sending this lady hate mail and trying to, leaving her bad reviews at her job. And she hasn't come out and said not one hateful thing. So while everybody trying to understand why we going so hard at supporting this family, you can see why. Because they don't look at her as a grieving mother. They don't look at her son as a victim. These people is out here trying to slander Nolan Will's name. They don't look at Nolan as a victim because he's a black young boy. The narrative right now, family, is to attack her. Attack Nolan. Attack his character. Attack his image. Attack black people. Attack black content creators. Let's sue them. And these are the same people that was crying about Benjamin Crump suing people. And look what Bart doing. Look what Bart lawyer coming out saying, we're going to come for everybody. We're going to try to sue everybody. Like, what? Warren Darity coming out talking about, I got $50,000, which we know that's cap. That's cap. Because if he was serious about that 50,000, go talk to Christina, bro. Go talk to her. I'm pretty sure her line is open for you to talk to, Warren father. Instead of coming out here bluffing like you got $50,000 to give somebody. No, the walls is closing in on y'all lies. Because the play that you ran with Officer Tatum, it backfired. It's not working. Nolan got like 5 siblings, by the way. Shout out to Nathaniel with the $2 super chat. There is a special place in hell for Officer Tatum. Absolutely. First class ticket, matter of fact.
That's the question we asked, and everyone went crazy. Everyone, and when I say everyone, I'm talking about the people who are being negative about this, because at the end of the day, this might be a joke to you, this might be funny to you, but it's not to me or my family. We lost a piece of our heart. Mm-hmm. And so I would recommend you stop, because the hate is showing. If you're not giving uplifting, encouraging words to me and my family, then just stop. Like, you don't have to leave negative, nasty comments. You don't have to try to create AI videos. You don't have to do that.
Bro, these people are really making AI videos of her family. These people have went so far to make AI videos of her going to a car dealership and purchasing a car. I'm going to try to find that video and play that for you guys. Right? I already showed y'all the video of the AI video of the mother saying that I'm not going to have a funeral for my son, Nolan Wells. Like, these people are sick. These people are demonic and ignorant. These people are so mad that we are united, that we are on code, and we are supporting this black family in the time of need. So all they can do is resort to violence, death threats, hate mail, hate comments, hate reviews, all because this family is trying to find out what happened to her son. They mad because the white boys is alive. They got their life. Warren is alive. Bart is alive. Watt is alive. Katie, everybody else alive. Nolan is dead. And they mad? They mad because we want justice. That's why I don't give a fuck about nothing what these people talking about. I don't take them serious. And this is the reason why I'm radical. This is the reason why I talk the way I talk, because they don't give a damn about us. If we don't care about one another, family, nobody will. If we don't advocate and support one another, nobody will. If you waiting on the justice system to bring you justice, you are sadly mistaken. If you think the state of Mississippi is actually working day in and day out to bring Nolan Wells' parents justice, you are sadly mistaken. What you are witnessing right now, family, in the mainstream media is a slander campaign, is a smear campaign. Let's push a lot of hate towards Christina. Let's make it seem like she's racist, like Tristan did. Her son's alleged friends are calling his mother a racist. And they think that we're about to sit around and allow them to do that. No, we're not doing it. We are going to be loud and vocal for this family, and it's nothing that you guys can do about it.
Really don't have to do that. Like, it's just wild. And I have to laugh sometimes to get through this pain. So for those of you who may feel like, oh, she's not grieving enough, trust and believe, I am grieving. I am absolutely grieving. And just remember too, everyone grieves differently. I would never get on any platform and ever judge anybody because I feel like they're not grieving the way that I want them to. Like,
see, a lot of people is questioning her like she's not grieving. She's on all these platforms talking and press conferences. What you idiots not understanding is Christina and the father cannot afford to go into hiding right now. They have to be strong and vocal for their son right now. Nolan has a open case. They can't be quiet. So they got to grieve in a different type of way that a lot of people are not used to. They have to be in the public view. They have to stay 10 toes down for Nolan. They have to be here for Nolan. Maybe at home they crying and doing all that, but right now they are looking for justice for Nolan Wells. And you got white people out here saying, oh, she's not grieving. She's doing this. She's doing this. She's looking for clout. She's looking for attention. Family, they made fake AI videos of her going into a dealership, buying a car, saying this is what she's doing with the GoFundMe money. This is who we dealing with, family. Questioning this woman about her grievances with her son when she going to press conference after press conference, keeping her son name alive. She's not hiding. She's not backing down. She attacking this head on, and she got our support. That's why y'all mad. Y'all really mad that this family got our support. See, family, they really mad at us. They mad at us. They like, how in the hell do this family got all this grassroots support? Black people won't stop talking about this case. It's been almost a month, and we've been on this case every single day, exposing the lies, debunking the narratives, and we will not go away.
Crazy to even think that there are people like that are trying to tell me and my husband how we need to grieve the loss of our son. Like, it's wild. The other thing too, let me make this very clear. What you're seeing on my social media as far as the follower count, that was not there. That was not there before I lost my son. Social media does not pay any of my bills. Before this tragedy happened to me and my family, like, my social media was somewhat non-existent.
And if she was getting money off social media, so what? I really hate that she even got to explain herself, but I understand, like, she probably just want to get something off her chest. She has her right to do so. These people want to pocket watch black people so much. So what if she getting money off social media? Why does that matter? See, these people be so jealous of the success and the excellence of black people. This woman she has a job. She has a career, a successful career. The father has a career, a successful career, but they trying to label these people as scammers. They trying to scam people. And all she get money off social media. So what if she do? What they got to do with you? You mad?
For those of you who are speculating on whether or not I'm making money off social media, let me be the first to tell you I am not. And yes, I know I do not have to explain myself to anyone, but you know, sometimes just saying these things, it doesn't make me feel better, but talking about it does help me process what I'm going through. Yeah. And so that's the biggest thing, is I'm trying to process my grief. I'm trying to process the situation, because again, like I stated before in my Facebook post, I don't have the luxury of falling apart.
Exactly. Exactly.
When you are trying to find out what has happened to your child, to your loved one, you don't get that grace and luxury.
Exactly.
Or at least I don't. So I hope you guys have a great day.
And that's it. That's it. She just told you guys that. She don't have time for that. She don't have time to go cry in the corner. She has to be strong for Nolan right now. She has to be focused. So she's getting an attack from every which way. Mainstream media attacking her. White supremacists attacking her. Everybody is attacking her. And all she's asking is, what happened to my son? Those white boys came home alive. They came home alive. And she's not even blaming them. She ain't blame nobody. She ain't playing a race card. She ain't doing none of that. They mad that she got Benjamin Crump on her team. They mad because she got Al Sharpton on her team. They mad because she got the grassroots on her team, and we will not let this go. That's what it is. But get comfortable. Get comfortable, because I'm going to keep saying this. We're not going nowhere. Christina, we got your back. We got Nolan's back. Best believe that. So don't worry. Keep doing what you're doing, Christina. You're doing a damn good job staying strong for Nolan Wells, because he's proud of you, Christina. I know he's looking down at his mother and damn proud of you, because you ain't breaking, you ain't folding, you ain't running. You being vocal on your social media platforms. You not running and hiding and ducking. You attacking this war that we got going on right now head on. And you got real soldiers like me that got your back. That's going to be an advocate for you, Christina. Be an advocate for Nolan Wells. Be an advocate for the family. Be an advocate for the team. Because we demand answers, the state of Mississippi. We demand answers, mainstream media. We demand answers. So y'all can go out here, Bart, and hire an attorney and thinking that lawsuits is going to scare us. That's not going to scare us, dude. Lawsuits is not going to scare us. But I hope you got enough money for your lawsuits claims. I hope you do, because we ready. We ready for it. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Successful ND coming in with the $2 super chat. Sadly, our own join tear down team jealousy. Our own are joining to tear down the team. It's sad, but it's cool. We built for it. We built for this. But thank you so much, MD, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to Blondie coming in with the $20 super chat. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's continue to pray for the family. Keep putting that belt to ass, my brother. No problem. I got you. I'm reporting for duty every single day. Blondie, don't worry. I'm a real soldier out here. I'm ready for all the trolls, all the critiques, all the slander. I'm built for it. I ain't scared. That's why I'm not afraid to show my face. I'm right here in front of the screen, showing you exactly who I am and where I stand on this. I'm not running. I'm not hiding. But thank you so much, Blondie, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I ain't running. I'm dead serious. And I don't know, to the mainstream media that's watching, to the haters, to the trolls that's out here watching, I know you guys are going to be here in just a minute now. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Enjoy the show. But I'm not going anywhere. I won't be silenced. You're not going to scare me about no lawsuits and all this defamation. That shit not going to do nothing. We are still asking the question to this day. What happened to Nolan? What happened to Nolan? That's all we asking. That's all we asking, family. Is that too much to ask? Or is it because he's black and we standing on code and we united right now? That's what it is, family. They scared of us. I told you. We too fucking dominant right now. They don't know what to do. The only thing that they doing right now is they old tricks, right? The oldest trick out the book. Let's slander Nolan. Let's attack the mother. Let's criticize the mother. Let's pocket watch black people, right? Let's pocket watch black people. Salute to MD coming in with the $2 super chat. I hope the family Sue want to be Officer Cancun. Me too. Me too. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. But family, I told you guys that Warren father came out with a $50,000 reward for anybody that got any information on Nolan Wells. He talked to TMZ. He didn't talk to Christina. He didn't talk to the father. He didn't talk to Benjamin Crump. He didn't talk to the rest of the attorneys that's on the case. He went to TMZ, a gossip site, right? Yeah, he's so serious about this 50,000. So we gonna listen to what this tap dancing bootlicker Charles got to say. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Let's get it.
Two big developments on a legal front in the Nolan Wells case today. The first involves his mother, Christine Wells Wansley, filing to get social media information from all of Nolan's accounts. This is from Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Life360, Snapchat, and TikTok. She has subpoenaed all of those companies to hold all data related to Nolan's accounts. Also, she wants all the information for anyone who's ever communicated with Nolan on those platforms. She wants all of that material saved to make sure that those companies don't erase it from their, from their servers. And clearly, she is hoping that that information is going to be relevant at some point.
It is.
If there is a lawsuit she files, and also it could potentially help law enforcement if they find that there is foul play and there is more of an investigation to go here. Because, as you know, all those companies, yes, they save all this information from their people who use their platforms, but at some point, and it's different for every company, those things get erased after a certain amount of time.
See, he hoping that it get erased. I want you guys to really understand TMZ is biased. TMZ is allegedly in on the fix. I'm telling you, Charles is a tap dancing buffoon. He's a Sambo. All he's doing is trying to interfere with this case, because I have never seen TMZ so involved with a Black Death like this. And this is a gossip site. All they do is fucking gossip. And everybody running to TMZ with information. Warren father went to TMZ telling TMZ, hey, put out that I'm offering $50,000. And we supposed to take you serious? See, they hoping that the information get deleted. Charles, I know your bitch ass is working with them. I know your punk sweet ass is out there hoping that their information get deleted, but I'm telling you, we are God-chosen people, bro. We will prevail. We gonna get that information. If they deleted anything off their social media sites, their cell phone devices, we will retrieve it, Charles. It don't matter how you trying to swing this narrative, and TMZ is working day in and day out trying to interfere with this case. Because if you hear the way they speak, family, they bias. They don't want justice for Nolan. They defending these white boys. Salute to From Downtown coming in with the $20 super chat. B1 family, Jim and Den, we in the building. All I want is a one-on-one with the trolls in the chat. Nah, it ain't gonna be no one-on-one if I'm around From Downtown. Ain't no one-on-one. I'm jumping in. Ain't no one-on-one. But salute to you From Downtown for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, bro.
By serving this subpoena to them, she makes sure that it will be saved if it's needed in the future. So that could be very relevant in the near future. The other development has to do with one of Nolan's friends, a guy named Bart Edmiston. Bart Edmiston Jr. Was the subject of a lot of online rumors where people were saying that that Bart might have been jealous of Nolan because the girl that all the friends have said Nolan was hanging out with on Horn Island on July 4th, Katie McCormack. There were people saying that Bart used to be in a relationship with Katie McCormack, and they pointed to an old Facebook photo saying, there it is. That's how you know Bart was jealous of Nolan, and they're insinuating that he had something to do with Nolan's death. Well, Bart has lawyered up, and his lawyer issued a statement saying, one, that photo of Bart and a girl is not Katie McCormack, and also he flatly denies having anything to do with Nolan Wells' death.
Of course he going to deny that he got anything to do with Nolan Wells' death. Of course. You think he going to confess to y'all? You think he's going to confess that he had anything to do with Nolan Wells' disappearance or him having anything to do with Katie? So is that Katie or is it not? Because every time a picture come about to the public about is this Katie, everybody denied. I have never seen one piece of evidence that friend group has accepted. Every time we present something to the public, they always deny. I don't know. That ain't me. I don't know who that is. That ain't Katie. I ain't never done that. I ain't record no videos. Everybody is denying shit, but they don't want to look like they suspicious. But every piece of evidence that black media has been presenting, they've been shooting it down. They've been sending the Sambo class to come out here and run an interference and deflect and call us out. But I have yet to hear any one of them take accountability for any goddamn thing. Everybody has been denying. I don't know Katie. I ain't been in no relationship with Katie. I wasn't even there. I last seen Nolan at 4 o'clock. Nolan was with a girl. Nolan was drinking. Nolan was taking cocaine. Everybody just pointing the finger. But these are his best friends. These are his best friends. Salute to the open book for the $2 super chat. I'm with you. Salute to you. Thank you, open book. I'm with you. Salute to you. Thank you so much to the lovely open book, the legendary open book. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. I don't know who the fuck these people think we is.
And also, Bart wanted to make it clear that he has participated in the investigation. He went to police, said he sat with investigators, gave them his phone, allowed them to go through the phone, get whatever information they needed, and he told them everything that he saw happen on July 4th. Here's how Bart is connected to Nolan's friends.
See, that's where I believe that $50,000 reward came from. When Warren Daddy found out that Bart got an attorney and Bart cooperated with law enforcement, gave up 20 potential witnesses, and gave up his phone and his social media, Warren said, hold on now. Warren Daddy said, hold on, dude. That wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan. Like, what you doing? Ain't nobody tell you to cooperate fully like that. They out here talking about they taking lie detector tests. Like, why y'all doing all this? If y'all are so innocent and y'all had nothing to do with the unaliving of Nolan Wells, why are y'all taking lie detector tests? Who asked y'all to do that? Nobody forced y'all to do that. Nobody forced y'all to do that. Y'all trying to feed information to Officer Tatum, and Officer Tatum is not doing a good job representing y'all. I know y'all hired him allegedly to be y'all public defender, but he's doing a piss poor job at it. He's getting cooked. Every platform he go to, he's getting cooked. He looks stupid out there, and it's not working in your favor. And I think Bart is the one that's going to get a lot of y'all fucked up, because I don't know why Katie's staying quiet. Katie, you just gonna let them blame you for everything. Katie, your name is all over every evidence, every video, every picture, the whole friend group blaming you. And you still out here being quiet. You sending secret messages through your sister instead of defending your own self. Why are you doing that, Katie? Why you won't defend yourself? Why you won't tell us exactly what you seen that day on the island? Is somebody forcing you to be quiet? Is the sheriff department telling you not to speak publicly? Because Warren did a podcast. Tristan did a podcast. Bart talking to law enforcement. What the fuck you waiting on, Katie? I heard your name more than I heard anybody else's name. But you just gonna stay quiet in the cut and not say nothing. Shout out to Diva coming in with the $10 super chat. The press conference with lawyer Crump. He is joining other lawyers, not only in Nolan, but Daniel Irvin and Tyler Smith. Nolan's all three victims, all 18 years old. Hope this ain't no Klan activity, but it is questionable. And we gonna play that, Diva. We gonna play that. And you guys know, that I covered the Daniel Irvin's case, right? I'm new about the Tyler Smith case, but I'm gonna do some research on that. I'm very interested in this Tyler Smith case. I don't know nothing about that, but I thank the family for presenting that. But I talked about the Daniel Irvin case, right? His autopsy just got released last week. No foul play. No foul play. Even though his white friend confessed to police saying, yes, I deleted Daniel Irvin's Snapchat messages between us, his call log, his text messages, everything. I stripped his clothes off, threw it in the tree, got his phone, threw it in the ditch, and I left. But it ain't no foul play. He ain't gonna get charged with the unaliving of Daniel Irvin. He just getting charged with tampering with evidence. Tampering with evidence. But I'm glad that Benjamin Crump is on the case so he can do an independent autopsy. And I just want the Irvin family to know we got y'all back too. The Smith family, everybody. We got y'all back. Just stay strong, stay in the fight, stay visible, don't get distracted. Because they finna come out the woodwork on everything. They're going to try to pull up something about Daniel Irvin. They're going to pull up something about Tyler. They're going to pull up something about the family. Oh, you committed. You stole some candy 50 years ago. The same tactics. And they think that's going to divide us. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Shout out to the family.
So you know that Nolan went out to Horn Island with a group of friends on their boat. And then that boat left the island, according to witnesses and according to GPS data, left the island at 4:30. Nolan.
You have no evidence of that. You have again, I'm tired of y'all keep saying that Nolan was left behind at 4:30. Nobody got evidence that Nolan was left behind on the island. Nobody presented not one single piece of evidence that Nolan was left behind. Nobody. Family, the more and the more you keep repeating the lie, you will start believing it. That's why you got so many white people out here saying that, hey, Nolan drowned. That's why Officer Tatum put out that Nolan was on cocaine, because he's trying to push a lie out there so everybody can keep repeating it to the point that you believe it. So the mainstream media keep repeating that Nolan was left behind at 4:30 with no proof, no evidence, but by them keep repeating it every day on their platform, they believe it. Charles, show me the proof right now that Nolan was left behind at 4:30. Can you show me a picture with a timestamp? Can you show me a video, Charles, with a timestamp that Nolan was there at 4:30? Can you show me anything? No, you can't, motherfucker. Because there's no proof. But this is what mainstream media do. To the uneducated mind and the low IQ people that want to believe them.
And according to GPS data, left the island at 4:30. Nolan, we're told by his friend Warren, Nolan did not get on that boat. But you know that that's the boat that had trouble. Their pump wasn't working, they were taking on water, and they were afraid they were going to sink. They made the call to the towing company, but ultimately the
They was afraid they was going to sink, but the grandfather called Cito and called off the towing, but they was going to sink. And we heard on the 911 dispatch call when she asked them, do you want the Coast Guard to come? Guess what they said? No. So instead, Bart came and did the towing. Bart did the towing. The grandfather called off the towing because they didn't want authorities to show up. They didn't want authorities to show up because if you call Cito and Cito is offering you the Coast Guard to come save you because you said we going down, you don't know how much water, you so fucking distracted, you don't even know how much water in the boat. You said, I don't know, we going down. She said, do you want me to get the Coast Guard out there? No. And then she called the captain, and the captain said, hey, I just talked to the grandfather. He said they don't need no tow. And then y'all kept boating around.
company did not come out because Bart Edmiston came by in his boat, saw his friends, and actually gave them a tow and allowed the water to get off their boat, and then they continued back to the mainland. So Bart says he not only spoke to investigators, but gave them the names of 20 people. He believes there were 20 people between his boat and the other boat with Nolan's friends who all saw this happen, that saw him give them a tow. And he's given all those names to investigators. So he wants to make it clear he had nothing to do with Nolan's death, and he is doing everything he can to help the investigation.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it ain't looking too good over there in that friend group, family. It ain't looking too good for them over there. Yeah, Bart said, y'all got me messed up. Y'all trying to act like I had something to do with this. All I did was pull up and give y'all a tow. Yeah, and I'm going to the investigators, and I'm giving 20 names. I'm naming everybody. I ain't going down for this. I ain't got no rich daddy that can give out a $50,000 reward, right? Warren all on the podcast talking about my buddy Bart did this, my buddy Bart did that. Bart heard his name too many goddamn times. Bart went and got a lawyer, and Bart lawyer act like we supposed to be afraid of him or something with these lawsuit threats. That's not going to stop us from critiquing Bart. Warren brought him into this. By the way, they screamed Bart's name on that dispatch call. Nothing that we stated about Bart was false. So I don't know what type of lawsuit that Bart attorney think that he's going to get, and then stating that, oh, this is not about money. If it's not about money, why the fuck you doing a lawsuit then? It's definitely about money. Shout out to High Honey coming in with the $10 super chat. Hey fam, there is an article with Nolan, either aunt or cousin, who is a deputy sheriff, gave an interview, and she said Katie and her family are close with them and has been, and they are not upset with her. But the thing is, thank you so much, Hot Honey, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. I want Katie to come forward and defend herself. I want Katie to speak publicly. I understand that her sister came out and said that we wasn't really with Nolan. It was more of a hey and a bye. Last time we seen Nolan, he was talking to the guys, leaving with the guys. But everybody trying to plant this on Nolan. Trying to plant it on Katie. So, Katie, I advise you, because I know you looking at social media, Katie. Of course you are. You need to come forward, ma'am. Clear your name. Because law enforcement is not protecting you. I hope you not waiting on the law enforcement down there in Mississippi to protect you, because they not. They not. They are allowing your name to get spreaded on social media like this. And you just sitting back not saying nothing is not doing you, a good service. But shout out to High Honey for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. So family, I want to get into the interview that Nolan's parents sat down with News Nation, and they talked about Tristan again lying like he was Nolan's childhood friend, but we gonna see about that. Shout out to From Downtown coming in with the $5 super chat. Then they're the biggest advocates for free speech. Make it make sense, but want to try to silence allegations. See, it's only free speech when it benefits them. From Downtown, it's only free speech when it benefits them, because they be the main ones say, oh, it's just words, it's just words. Okay, Charlie Kirk died off fentanyl and he deserved to be in the dirt getting ate up by maggots. Oh, that's hate speech. You need to get fired from your job. You need to get fired. Damn, I thought it was free speech.
Now, it's been nearly a month since the body of a black Mississippi teen, Nolan Wells, was found off the shore of Horn Island. Local authorities were quick to say they had no proof of foul play.
Quick.
But Nolan's parents felt the black teen's mysterious death wasn't getting the full investigation it deserved. In the last few weeks, the case has dominated social media, dueling accusations of racism. Here's what one of the young men with Nolan that day had to say about race playing a part in this case.
His mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And, man, that can't be farthest from the truth. Me and her son went on trips together. We went to Florida for spring break together. You don't know me?
They don't know
I'm
you,
in all
bro.
these
Bro, they don't know you, bro. Just accept it. They don't know you. God damn.
homecoming and prom photos as our whole friend group. Me and Nolan are standing next to each other. You don't know me. Him being the only black person, minority, any of that manager is insane. Our friend group is diverse from the max. Like, we have a mixed guy. I mean,
Shout out to Successful MD coming in with the $2 super chat. At first, many said friends are powder heads. And not only that, Javion came out and said, hey, it's some drugs. I know with that friend group that Nolan is hanging around, they participate in, particular drugs and certain drugs that he did not want to state on TMZ. They failed to talk about that. But Officer Tatum want to come out and say, hey, Nolan is a crackhead.
we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an agent a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico.
That don't mean shit.
Nolan's parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, join me now with counsel, Ben Crump. Thank you for joining us. I'm very sorry it's under these circumstances, but the job here is to give you a platform to keep people aware of your concerns. And Christine, I'll start with you. At this point, what is your biggest question about what's happening with this investigation?
It is really the same question that started it all, which is what happened to Nolan. That is the only question that we want answered. We just want to know what happened to our son.
That's it.
I know I personally, through my social media, also Attorney Ben and his team through their social media, that's been the big focus, just trying to make sure that everyone understands that at the end of the day, we would want what any parent would want, which is answers to find out what happened.
Understood. Elmore, you heard that kid Trace in the interview say that he was friends with Nolan and that you guys would know him. Do you know him? Do you recognize him?
No, I don't. Just because you park your vehicle in someone's yard doesn't mean that they have to know you.
Right.
Sounds more to me like he's more focused on getting people to know him and getting away from the fact that his so-called best friend is not here anymore.
Right.
Everyone that they may have interviewed are at home. Our son isn't.
Right.
Our son should be in college right now. We should be receiving phone calls from him about how his day went, but we can't. And we just want everybody to focus on what the real subject matter is.
Understood.
And that is
Understood.
what happened.
One of the key aspects early on here.
Shout out to Warren coming in with the $5 cash out. Appreciate you for the $5 cash out. Salute to you, bro. But yeah, and here's my thing, family. Why do they have to lie about knowing you? I showed you guys a video of the mother having plenty of his friends over there supporting her just a few days after they found Nolan's body. You wasn't over there, Tristan. Warren wasn't over there. What? None of y'all was over there. None of y'all showed up to the funeral. And y'all trying to hide behind, we've been receiving death threats. We gonna think something happened to us. Wasn't nothing gonna happen to y'all at their funeral. Stop lying, bro. Y'all are not his friends. Y'all are enemies. Why do the mother and the father have to lie about knowing your stupid ass? You ain't nobody special. Why would they lie? And why would they even want to associate with you after you just called them stupid and gullible and they being manipulated and you was raised up by your white family and black people turned their back on you. You got some type of grievance against the black community. Why would they even want to associate with you? You think Nolan is looking down proud at you and what you doing, attacking his mother like that? You fool. They don't know you, dude. Get over it. You can't make nobody know you. These people have no reason to lie about knowing you. Y'all are not Nolan friends like that. He probably see y'all in passing or, when y'all out at the island or at school or something. Y'all not his real friends. His real friends was at the funeral, celebrate his life. His real friends was at the house a couple of days later, comforting the mother. Y'all are nowhere to be found through this whole entire time. Y'all are nowhere near Nolan's family. But you want to sit up here and act, that's my buddy. That's my best friend. We got prom pictures and all that. But you nowhere around the family, though. The real friends are standing next to the family. The real best friends are standing next to the family. Not deleting social medias. Not getting on podcasts with Officer Tatum. His real friends not doing that. All those black friends you seen at the funeral, those his real friends. His black friends that was at his house, those his real friends. Tristan, you wasn't there. You didn't show up. Ain't nobody stop you from going to the funeral. Didn't nobody stop you from attending the press conferences. But you showed up to Officer Tatum interview, though. You showed up. You made sure you showed up there. But you didn't show up to the press conference and stood side by side with the family. But you're going to do an interview with Officer Tatum? Man, get the fuck out of here. Shout out to D for coming in with the $5 super chat. Why is Trace trying so hard to be noticed? It's giving weirdo vibes. He want to be accepted so bad, Diva. That's what it is. He want to be accepted. He's so used to fighting for a position with those white boys. That's how he feel about Christina and the father. He want to be accepted so bad. He don't have an identity. He having a identity crisis. Seriously. Shout out to Successful MD coming in with the $5 super chat. I had a scholarship visit to Milescap College. As stated before, the rich kids were doing lines in a Range Rover in broad daylight. This was on campus. And then MD, you heard with what's his name? Javion stated that they indulge in drugs. He said that on TMZ. Shout out to the Hot Honey coming in with the $2 super chat. How did he get threats? He was already gone. He's saying, Hot Honey, when he inserted himself inside of this situation because nobody knew him. He said when he came out and said that was him in that video screaming like, give me my effing phone, that fight that happened, he's saying that was him. So ever since he claimed that was him, people been attacking him, saying that he's white, sending threats to his family, sending threats to his grandma, and that's what he's claiming.
Counsel has been Nolan's phone. Originally with why was it on the boat? Why was he separated from it? There are explanations about that. Was anything done to it? One of the friends responded to that suggestion. Let me play it for you and get your response.
None of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would it be? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean, I don't even know Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, to the mom that was at my buddy's house.
Y'all made sure you took it off the boat and put it in the car. Or how about you give Nolan his fucking phone when y'all was allegedly screaming, Nolan, get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. All that time y'all had trying to convince Nolan to get on the boat, y'all could have handed Nolan his phone. And don't you think Nolan would be like, okay, I'm going to stay back, y'all. Give me my phone. You think Nolan would have never said that? If I'm out somewhere with my friends, right? And I'm finna either Uber somewhere or take a Lyft or ride with somebody else, And if I left something in your car, I'm like, yeah, let me get my stuff out your car right quick before you leave. You think Nolan said, hey, guys, y'all can go ahead and leave, and knowing that his phone is on y'all boat? Dude, stop it.
Counsel, does that square?
Look at the
Chris
mother.
Como, Nolan is dead. We're going to dot every I. We're going to cross every T. We're going to look under every rock. His mother called his phone repeatedly with no answer. That raises questions. That's all we want to get to is answers. If this was your child, Chris Como, wouldn't you want to ask every question possible for everybody who was on Horn Island to say, did you see what happened to Nolan? What happened? Where was he at? And that's all they're asking, and people are attacking them for trying to get answers. Can you imagine that? She's getting attacked at her job. She's getting bad job reviews. She had never gotten any in her entire career. And now, since she's been going on TV saying, I want to get answers for my son, she's been attacked by sick individuals trying to, I guess, in some way discourage them from continuing to say his name and say that we won't let it be swept under the rug.
Not only that, Benjamin Crump, another reason why they are attacking the family is because of you. They don't like you. They feel some type of way about you, because I hear black people out here saying the thing, oh, Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton. It's a lot of Sam Bowen, a lot of black people out here tap dancing, attacking Benjamin Crump instead of focusing on Nolan Wells. When she hired Benjamin Crump, because Benjamin Crump is delivering, right? They think Benjamin Crump is a race baiter. He's a race hustler. So that's why they're targeting the mother, because the mother hasn't made nothing about race. All she said is, what happened to my son? Everybody else is alive. My son is dead. And y'all attacking me? Y'all attacking me because of y'all personal feelings about Benjamin Crump. And y'all are scared of a lawsuit that's about to come. And I hope they get a lawsuit. $100 million lawsuit. So I don't know why y'all doing all this pocket watching. Oh, they just trying to get a lawsuit. I hope they get a lawsuit. Fuck y'all. Fuck Mississippi. I don't care. I hope that family sue Mississippi for every fucking dime that they got. And everybody that's involved. Y'all feel some type of way about Benjamin Crump. Benjamin Crump been delivering. He's getting the story out there. He's setting press conferences. We are marking almost 30 days next week. And Benjamin Crump has been putting belt to ass every day. We've been vocal about this case every day. And we surprised them, family. See what it is, they surprised. They like, how is black people still talking about Nolan Wells? They is not letting this slide. So what we got to do is up our racism. Let's attack, let's attack, let's attack. Let's deny, let's deny, let's deny. But that's not working. So now let's use our smear campaign. Let's say Nolan was a crackhead. And not only that, let's go on a media blitz and say Nolan was heavily drinking. Because black people is getting too close to the truth. The walls are closing in. Black media is cracking down on this case. Black content creators are focused on this case. We ain't stopped since day one. So let's run a media blitz and put the blame on Nolan. Let's say Nolan was snowing cocaine. Let's send the Sambo class out there to be the public defender. Officer Tatum is out here he's acting like he's the spokesman of these people. He doing Nancy Grace. He doing Steve. He everywhere. He's on News Nation, which is a racist platform, by the way. I cooked one of their anchors that had a little slick shit to say about Nolan. But I'm glad the family is staying visible and not running from the hate, because that's what they expected. They thought the comments was going to scare us. They thought the hate mail was going to scare us. They thought the slander was going to run us off. But black people standing up strong like this, like, yeah, what's popping? Yeah, what's up? We can meet fire with fire. We ain't going no fucking where. We demand answers. Your name calling is not going to work. You're trolling. Hey, trolls, that's not going to work. Mainstream media, that's not going to work. Your fake narratives, not going to work. Your stereotypes, not going to work. Bringing up Chicago, not going to work. Your Sambos, Brandon Tatum, it's not going to work. I thought by now y'all would have tapped out. We don't get tired over here. You can try to keep up, though. Salute to Hot Honey coming in with the $2 super chat. Stop the cap, Tristan. He is an attention seeker. That's it. He want to be famous. He want his 15 minutes of fame. Shout out to Roger coming in with the $2 super chat. Sue Uncle Tatum 2. Somebody need to sue him. He need to learn a lesson. All that damn bootlicking that he's doing, he need to get out. It's going to happen sooner or later. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, but Officer Tatum was their last resort, family, and it's backfiring.
I understand that. Obviously, that's why we're all together right now, right? Christine, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to get these answers. Do you believe, or do you have any reason to believe, that this investigation is doing exactly what you want it to do?
That's a stupid question.
Sure. Well, we know at the beginning they started out saying there was no foul play even before there was any investigation.
All these slick ass questions, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with Nolan, bro. That ain't got shit to do with Nolan.
So that was a concern to them at day one.
That was the trigger for why we felt we had to go this route, because it wasn't even hours after they had found his body where I'm watching on the news that the sheriff is saying likely an accidental drowning. We do not feel there's any foul play.
Right.
But yet stories are not lining up.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, that's why we're here now.
Elmore, again, I really don't know how you guys are holding it together and being able to stay focused. But I'm here for it as long as there is the need. When you look at this situation, what is your darkest concern that you just want to make sure isn't true?
I've already lived my darkest concern. We just want the truth.
Man, this sounds like a dumbass rage bait question. What type of darker secret that you don't want to, believe? What the fuck kind of question is that, bro? What kind of question is that? Their son is dead. That is their darker secret, bro. This is a dumbass question.
We just want someone to be brave enough to stand up and give us the truth. We can't grieve the way we need to because we're being disrespected. We're being called all kind of racist, bad parents. We were not raised like that, and we did not raise our children like that. So we just want the truth. Any parent would want that. Any father would want that.
Understood.
Any mother.
Understood and true. And I know that we know one thing, and I know that this is not a time for solace, but there is one thing that has become constant in this story. You raised a beautiful young man who everybody sees exactly through that lens, that he was everything that you would want a son to have. And I have one just about that age. And everything I hear is exactly what you would want to hear, even in this young life. So God bless Nolan and his memory, and we will stay on this story and get the answers as soon as they can come. And if we can help in any way, that's why we're here.
No, you don't.
Counsel, Thank you for making this happen, Christine. I mean it. We're a call away.
Nah,
and Elmore,
he won't clout.
I'm very impressed by your strength and your focus in this moment. God bless, and we'll be here. Thank you.
Bro, how you gonna be here, but you got an anchor on your platform or whoever platform this is, making little smart remarks about Nolan Wills? Shout out to From Downtown coming in with the $5 super chat. Our darkest concerns are a cover-up. Exactly. It's a cover-up, and they know it. From Downtown, they know it. They know it. They think we're going to fall for their same tricks. And it's backfiring on them big time. So their last resort is to attack. Attack us. Attack our credibility. Say that we race hustling, we rage baiting, and all this other shit. Use the mainstream media to push out false propaganda on Nolan Wells. All his friends is not even defending. I have yet to see one friend that was actually genuine about the unaliving of Nolan. I haven't heard nobody be serious. I'm talking about like really serious. Came to the social media and said that they was hurt and tell us everything that they know. Because just imagine, family, if Nolan was your friend and you was there and you had nothing to do with it. You think that you would be somewhere hiding, quiet, deleting your social media, going on platforms that's against people that look like your best friend? They think that this is normal behavior from your friends to not defend you. But instead, the friends are separating from Nolan, placing the blame on Nolan. Nolan wanted to get left behind. The father pulling out $50,000 to TMZ. We don't see Warren father saying anything publicly. Why you couldn't get on your platform and say, hey, I want to speak on the behalf of me and my family. I am donating $50,000 to anyone that got any information that can lead to an arrest to the Nolan Wells case. Why you didn't get on the internet and say that? Why you had to send information to TMZ? Because you're not serious about this. You're clout chasing too, sir. You trying to take the heat off Warren because their interview backfired. The shit that Officer Tatum doing is not working. Y'all can send y'all attack dog back home. Y'all got him out here looking stupid, by the way. He looking very stupid. Shout out to AQ coming in with the $5 super chat. Go this route. They need to say it. We went this route out because race is playing a part, and Mississippi has a history of this, and it needs to stop. Absolutely, AQ. Absolutely. Appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. So, family, I want to get into this interview. Don Lemon, shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with me on this evening. It is an honor to host you guys. So I want to go over this interview, right? Yeah, shout out to the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. Welcome. So I seen this video clip of Officer Tatum interviewing this interrogator, and he broke down something that I think a lot of people in social media was looking over. So I want to play this, family.
And as I said, friend of the show, our original Washington, D.C. correspondent, Jolly Good Ginger. Jolly, thank you, my friend.
Of course.
In your former life, as we've been talking, you were an Army interrogator, right?
Yes, sir.
So you are trained in this. Explain to us what's happening.
So something I don't talk a ton about on my channel because it doesn't come up. But yeah, that's what I did for 13 years. I was a human intelligence collector. I was a trained interrogator. strategic debriefer. I have multiple certifications in things like scientific content analysis, which is where you look at the words people use, the verbiage, line count, stuff like this. Read interrogation technique, which is a technique in which we exploit and build timelines, things like that. I can go on and on and on. I have a ton of certifications. I did it for a long time, and I've done it in the real world. So something that I am trained to do is to listen to what people say, especially in an interview format, especially when we're talking about like an event in question, like what happened here. I'm able to listen to what they are saying and identify deception. I'm very good at it. Now, Don's activity, I'm just saying he's not telling the whole truth, and it's blatantly clear to anyone who's trained to identify it.
So you've been watching some of the interviews, and that is the conclusion you have come to about some of this, correct?
Yes, sir. And I can show you specific examples. I just did a full breakdown of the first interview. So the way Officer Tatum did this, and I believe he did it this way so he could monetize off of this event, which is bothering me. But he did it in like 17-minute segments. He interviewed this guy in like 3 different parts. The guy's name is Warren.
Yeah, he monetized off all those trapped in the closet interviews, right? And he's the main person that's out here pocket watching black people, pocket watching Benjamin Crump, pocket watching Al Sharpton. But he went out there to monetize like he's doing right now. He's going on all these platforms, sticking his 2 cents inside this case, because I thought Officer Tatum was a conservative talking head. He's a employee of Turning Point. I thought you were supposed to be talking about Crump and conservative values and all this shit. Why are you still talking about Nolan Wells?
And I just did a full breakdown of the first part of that interview. It's about a 45-minute video. If you're interested in my full breakdown, it's on my channel now. But if you want, I got a few examples from that video I can show you, Don.
You want us to roll the first number you gave us? The first
at the 348 mark. Yeah. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Then I'll explain it after we watch the clip here.
All right, Warren, we had a chance to get to know each other over the last 2 days. Went out to Horn Island. So I've had an opportunity to talk to you about a few things, and the things that you've told me have literally blown my mind. But the world haven't had a chance yet to hear.
Yeah, Scopio, you block. Get your bitch ass up out of here.
Your story, to hear Nolan's story through his friend.
To hear Nolan's story through you. Listen, I'm going to talk a lot during this interview about how the interviewer, in this case, Officer Tatum, who I believe is a former police officer, and depending on what duties
he was only a police officer for 6 years. He wasn't even in the trenches like that for real. The last time he was a police officer was like 9 years ago. His name is Brandon Tatum.
Had as a police officer. I don't know his resume at all. He may or may not have been trained in questioning and interviewing and interrogation. Some police officers are. And if he has been trained in interviewing and questioning, interrogation, then he's doing this on purpose, or he's just doing it on purpose because he just understands interviews. But he's leading the listener. He's leading the interview. He's leading the person he's interviewing, the interviewee. He's leading them along for things to be said that aren't being said.
I told you, he said a bunch of leading questions in his interview because it was scripted. It was performative. It was rehearsed. There wasn't no genuine interview. It was the reason why Warren Father and Judge Cole picked Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum. It was a reason. He didn't ask no follow-up questions, just a bunch of leading questions to remind Warren of what to say.
You can't tell, this guy can't tell Nolan's story. The evidence will tell Nolan's story, but not this guy. But anyway, it's very important that he chose that language.
And it's not just you, it's a bunch of y'all. But, you know, some of the other guys were afraid because of the threats and the violence that's been threatened against their lives and all of the above.
It's very important that he said that because he is setting the stage. Why is he the one guy who came forward to tell the story? Because everybody else is scared to tell the story because they keep getting death threats from the internet. Warren's mom is a judge. This is calculated. You
Yep.
can't convince me otherwise.
She behind the screen. I'm telling you, Judge Ashley Cole was sitting behind the camera this whole entire interview. Allegedly. I know for a fact Warren was sitting down doing this interview by himself with Officer Tatum. The daddy that's coming out offering $50,000, for any type of information, he was there too. He orchestrated this. And now all of a sudden he wants justice for Nolan with a $50K reward 3.5 weeks later.
Warren's mom is a judge, and that's who they allowed to come on and break the silence first on a very safe, curated. Pause. That's what so I wanted to show that part before we show the next timestamp I gave you, which I believe was 10 something, because that just gets glossed over. Not a lot of people, even when I talked to you earlier, Don, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that was the judge's son? Because it's not a lot of people are picking up on the fact that the guy that they chose to break the silence on Officer Tatum's show, of all places to do this, is the judge's son. Now, Why would that matter, Don? Because who better to coach you? Now, for official purposes, this is my opinion, but my opinion is she coached him on how to give this interview, what information to give, what to stay away from, where to go with the interview, because a judge, someone in that line of work who came up as an attorney, prosecutor, et cetera, would be well versed in how to present information, especially in this format. Now, right after that, you don't got to play this part of the video, but right after that, he asked him, "Hey, describe Nolan to us." And this guy Warren, the judge's son, describes Nolan in the most generic terms ever. He says, "We were best friends, like brothers," but then goes on to describe him very generically, which I point out in the video. But I want you to look at this timestamp right here to really show you where you start getting into some. It's 13 minutes, 14 seconds, where we'll really start getting into some.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I just found the video of the AI video that they made of Nolan's mother at the dealership. I'm finna show you guys how far these motherfuckers are taking this shit. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me show y'all. Look at this, family. Look at this. Look at these motherfuckers making fake AI videos of her at a dealership.
Y'all are so fake. Y'all are so fake. Now, y'all know that's AI. Anybody, Stevie Wonder could see that this is just fake. This is AI. But I'm trying to find out why y'all bothering people that's not bothering y'all. Nolan mama is a victim. She trying to find out what is going on with her son.
They don't care nothing about that because black people can't be victims in their eyes, right? And black people are advocating for Nolan Wells, and we are solving his case, and they don't want that to happen. So they have to try to discredit the mother, discredit the public, discredit black media because their tactics is not working. So they have to create fake AI videos of Nolan's mother saying that she's not having a funeral for her dead son and she's at Bentley buying a new car.
Why is y'all going make up things and lie and put out bad news?
Evil.
As if this woman took some money and went and bought a car. She just trying to find out what happened to her son.
Bro.
She deserve answers. I'm just not understanding. What is wrong with people in this world? Y'all sent some horrible mail to this lady house. What is wrong? She deserved to know what happened to her child.
Yep.
And if I was her, I would keep hitting all the right buttons. I would not be quiet about this. Thank God for social media, because guess what? They'll take this and brush this under the rug.
Yep.
But I'm trying to find out who will go and make a fake AI.
The low IQ community, the low IQ Neanderthals is making fake videos. That's who's doing it.
And say that this lady out buying a car, making a purchase to buy a car. Y'all need to get yourself together. Some people don't need this app. Some people need to just sign off, period. And anybody could see that this is fake. But y'all ready to start rumors, bad rumors to make this lady look bad. And that is so unfair. Remember, God don't sleep. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed to J-Lo. Mwah.
I'm gonna play it again, family. I'm gonna play it again. Look at this. Look at her right there. Look at this. Nolan, the caption of the video, family, is Nolan parents shopping for a new car. It's clearly AI.
Oh my God. That's Nolan's parents.
Y'all are
Man, these people are, bro, I'm telling you, that belt to ass season, family, they don't know what to do right now. They running out of options. They got to make fake AI videos, send a bunch of death threats, leave bad reviews because they running out of options. They don't know what to do. The Sambo class ain't working, sending a black face out here to tell us we ain't shit. That ain't working. Nothing is working. Nothing would silence us, by the way. I don't know why y'all keep trying. Come on now, AI videos. Really? What you think that's gonna do? You think making a fake AI video is gonna make me say, you know what? Let me not come on my platform every day and advocate for this family and advocate for my people. Because they out here sending death threats, threatening to sue us, that we gonna be quiet? We gonna just leave this case alone because y'all made a fake AI video? Y'all desperate as hell. And these the type of people that follow Officer Tatum. Very dumb, ignorant people. Shout out to From Downtown coming in with the $5 cash out. One thing I can promise you, if someone that bothered someone that wasn't bothering them, they were white tea. Facts.
Deceptive behavior. Watch this. Watch this.
And you guys did more than just this year. It's a two-part question.
Smash that like button, family. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to y'all for being here. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate y'all. Smash that like button, family. Let's get the likes up.
No, is it something that you guys typically did together, that you hang out often in this fashion? And then I want you to then walk me through 4th of July this year when the incident happened.
Okay. Now listen to the answer. You heard the long, drawn out, very pointed, very leading question. It was a poorly designed question, but it was on purpose. And so now listen to the answer, because the answer is not the answer.
Being from the Gulf Coast, there's a boating and fishing is very, very popular. The 4th of July, every year, my friends and I, or my family and I, are out on the water. I mean, that's the one day is guaranteed everybody's going out. And that's a known thing. Everybody's trying to get a ride out to Horn Island, or people go to Ship Island, but most of everybody from Ocean Springs and the Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year. And
the jump cuts.
I want you to watch that. Watch the cut. They cut the interview. Very,
Fake.
very, very important. Watch this. Watch when he said Nolan was on the boat with me last year. Watch this. I'm going to back it up.
The Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year. And
you see that cut? Nolan was on the boat with me last year.
Yeah, and Warren Daddy saw that too. Warren Daddy saw that. He like, God damn, y'all, Officer Tatum, bro, we done allegedly, gave you this, and you out here got us looking like a damn fool. It's not working, Officer Tatum. Get them people their money back. It's not working. Warren Daddy want to come out and offer this right here. $50,000. He saw that interview didn't work. He said, God damn, I got to do something. I got to run some type of interference. Because I thought getting this Sambo involved, it was going to benefit Warren. I see Bart going down there and cooperating with law enforcement, and Warren gave them his phone and his social media accounts. He gave up 20 names, by the way. 20 names. So Warren Daddy said, you know what? Let me jump in front of this and try to make Warren look innocent and say, hey, I can offer $50,000 to anybody that come forward before Bart go down there and fuck up the goddamn plan.
Why? The point I want to point out there, and I say this in the video, why there? So when he talks about Nolan was on the boat with, so prior to getting to that point of the interview, I point out that I don't believe this guy Warren is as close with Nolan as he lets on.
None of them is.
If you go back and watch my breakdown of this interview, every time this guy Warren brings up Nolan, he brings up the friend group every time, because he says we're like brothers, but he never talks about Nolan in
individual.
Intimate way. It's always in an associative way, a group way. And then in this interview, which is very important, Officer Tatum is trying on purpose to set the stage that this is such a close friendship and they always do this together. They always hang out. And this guy Warren says Nolan was on my boat last year. And then the edit. You can go watch it. Why edit there? My opinion, this is my opinion. He said something after saying Nolan was on the boat with us last year, and Officer Tatum realized, his team realized, I better take that part out.
Yeah, of course. Of course he did. Of course and that's what I'm saying. Like, when this interview dropped, I think Judge, Cole and, Warren father, seeing the backlash from this interview, and it didn't benefit Warren. So that's why the daddy coming out talking about some, God damn, I got $50,000 right now. Fuck it. Y'all didn't fall for the damn interview. I got $50K right now. I got $50,000 right now because I thought that this rehearsed interview was going to work. I thought this scripted interview was going to work, but it was 2 minute jump cuts and everybody saw it. We pointed it out. It didn't work, sir. Your $50,000 is not going to work either. You can keep your blood money. We don't want it.
So I think it's very telling. By the way, it's not the only time in the interview this happens. There's another part of the interview where he mentions Nolan and they edit again. Again, they edit. And it's like, what is happening here that every time Nolan's name comes up, there's an edit? It's a little edit. You might miss it, but I catch it because I edit for a living. And it's very telling.
No, we caught it. We caught every edit. And that's very telling. Because if I'm doing an interview to talk about my friend, what the fuck are we editing? We sitting down on the couch. You don't need no edits. We ain't moving around, nothing like that. We sitting down doing a genuine conversation. If I need edits, that meaning I'm not really being genuine about what I'm saying. I'm covering up something. I don't want something to come out that can make me look bad, that can make me look guilty. So I got to do a bunch of jump cuts. And not only that, I'm going to sit down with the biggest raccoon on the planet. Yeah, that was a great idea, Mr. Warren father.
I'll show you one more thing here. This, in my opinion, was the most important part of the entire interview. If you don't mind, Nick, that last timestamp, 39:30. There's a lot to go over here, but watch this. Watch this shit where he ends the first part of this interview, and it is, oh my God, red flag central.
Hundreds of people I knew out there.
I had to back it up because I need you to listen.
And
I'm listening.
Nolan said something interesting. You told me about this. Something he said to you.
I want you to notice there was a cut there too. Notice the cut right as he starts asking the question about Nolan. Warren gets uncomfortable again, and then there's an edit cut.
Nolan said something interesting. You told me about this.
That shift.
Something he said to you, I would say would be indicative of y'all's friendship.
Right.
And then he also mentioned
Tatum's trying to establish their friendship is so close.
Yep.
He said something to you that I would say is indicative of your friendship because the words that Nolan said shows how close of friends you guys are. Listen to what it says.
Something to you about that particular day and what it meant to him.
Right.
And could you share that?
Right. Yeah. So Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking, and
Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking. Once again, not Nolan and him.
I grew up with Nolan, and
we're going back to growing up with Nolan. We just went backwards for no reason.
Nolan's, just all, like I said, like just so joyful, like always happy. Like every picture I have with Nolan.
He really ain't got nothing to say about Nolan. He don't have no history about Nolan. He just like going with the flow. Like, Nolan is just a joyful person. I smile all the time about Nolan. He really can't say nothing about Nolan like that for real because Nolan is not his friend for real. That's why he having a difficult time talking about their friendship. Nolan not your goddamn friend. Stop it, dude.
Why are we talking about Nolan's pictures and what did he say to you? That was the question asked.
Picture I have of Nolan, he's smiling. I mean, like, he's always happy. If I always need like a shed of light, I'm calling Nolan, you know. And Nolan and I laugh and joke a lot. Like, that's how our friend group is. We're really
That's how our friend group is. Not me and Nolan, just our friend group.
jokingly laugh. You know, no one takes anything that serious. You know, we enjoy our time together. You know, I mean, there's never any awkwardness within our friend group. We're very, very tight. So if I ever need to get something off my chest or talk to anybody, I'm talking to all my friends. I'm not just talking to like specifically anybody. I would go out like.
Notice how he's making it very group general.
Yeah. Tristan did the same thing. Tristan was talking about the group. Tristan was making everything about the group. Like, we a tight knit community. We a tight knit group. It's all about the group. Cause Tristan want to be accepted. I think Tristan hate that he's a black man. Honestly, that's what I believe. Tristan is having a hard time over there with that friend group that's not, really accepting of him. Maybe they like Nolan better, right? Or something. But Tristan, he has some type of hatred in his heart. You can tell. Because he tried to down the black community and uplift his white side of the family. Like, that's going to do something to us. We don't give a damn. Shout out to AQ coming in with the $5 super chat. Notice Don scared to agree with this man. I noticed that too. I'm not a fan of Don Lemon, by the way. I just wanted to play this video. Just sitting there listening. Won't nod in agreement. Won't say, yep. He's been real careful of, scary ass. Exactly. That's Don Lemon for you. I'm not a fan of Don Lemon at all. I don't fuck with Don Lemon. Let me be clear on that. But I'm glad you peeped that out, AQ. When I saw this clip, I peeped that out too. But shout out to you, AQ, with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you.
Because he knows that his relationship with Nolan.
Can I ask you something, Jolly?
Sure.
Do you think part of this is for clout? Like, he's making himself closer to Nolan, one, because he's trying to establish some sort of credibility.
Yeah, credibility, right.
That he can speak to. Yeah, I can speak about Nolan because I know him. He's part of my friend group. He's one of my whatever, but he doesn't speak to him in a way that makes anyone feel like he actually knew him.
Correct.
In my opinion.
You're not wrong. You're 100% right. If you watch my whole video, right where you stopped right there, right after that, he finally gets to the point where what Nolan said to him that day, and he never says that Nolan said it that day. It's so what he says right there at that part of the interview, he says, Nolan was the type of guy who would, if you need anything, I'm here for you. That's just how he was. And what Officer Tatum is trying to make you believe through the way he frames the question is Nolan on the day, on July 4th, said to this guy Warren, if you ever need anything, brother, I'm here for you. But actually, this guy Warren doesn't say that Nolan said that. In fact, multiple times throughout the interview, he says, I talked to Nolan and Javon Nolan and some other guy's name he mentions. He never, ever, the entire interview, establishes any sort of credibility to me as a listener, as a trained interrogator, trained human intelligence collector, to believe him that he was actually a close friend with Nolan as he tries to present himself. I think he's doing that for credibility. I think this was entirely planned out by the judge.
Of course.
By Officer Tatum.
Of course it is. What else do y'all think this was? Y'all thought this was it? Come on now. See, the family, we knew this from the jump. When we seen him sit down with Officer Tatum, we already knew what this was going to be. See, Officer Tatum tried to position them as Nolan best friend. Tristan, Nolan best friend. But the mama said, I don't know them motherfuckers. That's a bit stretch calling him your best friend when y'all never came over to the house. But Tristan said, hey, I parked my car over there, though. I got prom pictures. Of course you got prom pictures. Idiot, you went to school with him. She don't know you. Nobody knows you. You having a hard time over there with that white friend group that's not accepting you. That's why you had to come out here and put the cape on for them, because nobody asked for you to come forward and say that was you in that video fighting. You tried to do that. And now you want to cry foul talking about black people or talking about I'm not black and I'm not none of this. Black people not defending me. Why would we defend you? When you out here talking about some black people never been there for me, why white side of the family did? Okay, cool. The fuck you asking for our help for? You deserve whatever you getting because you inserted yourself inside of here, Tristan. You are not Warren, Nolan's friend. Warren is not Nolan's friend. I have yet to see a true friend. One. Not one friend have came out publicly and stood next to the family and said, hey, I'm Nolan's friend and I got his back. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I seen on that island. Every time I hear from these alleged best friends, they telling us how he was over there. He tried to do this. He was drinking. He was over there. I don't know when the last time I seen him. And I'm like, I know Nolan looking down at these idiots like, why in the fuck did I have these motherfuckers around me? Y'all around me talking like that. Y'all around me buck dancing. Tristan, you out here disrespecting my mother?
You can't convince me that prior to this interview, his mother, the judge, didn't sit down with Officer Tatum and say, what are you going to ask him? What are y'all going to talk about? And then tell her son. There's a part of this interview, Don, that would blow your mind. He says, Tatum asked Warren, he says, hey, what happened when you guys all got on the boats and then you went out to Horn Island?
Smash that like button, family. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the likes up, family.
From the time you left the boat dock to get to Horn Island, the time you were traveling, what were you doing? Listening to music and hanging out? What were you doing? And this is an important question because anytime you're interrogating, investigating a specific event, the timeline of events is very, very important. You know what this guy answers, Warren, the answer he gives Tatum? Yeah, so we headed out and the waters were clear that day. Winds were about 3 or 4 knots.
Exactly. Tristan talking about I think I'm not black enough for black people. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, you thought you was going to come out here and gaslight us. You came out here and put a cape on for those white folks out there in Mississippi. You done that. And you thought we was going to accept that bullshit that you said. No, Tristan, no. We don't care nothing about your blackness. Nobody said that you're not black enough. Don't nobody care about you. That's what it is. You want us to care about you, but at the same time, you disrespecting Nolan's mother. Calling her racist. Talking about that she not even smart enough. She hired Ben Crump to make this about racist, so she won't make this about race, so she won't break up your little friend group. Because you want to be accepted by them white boys so much. They are not going to defend you. When the shit hit the fan, Tristan, they are not going to defend you, sir. Warren's father is going to defend him. That's why he came out and put out this $50,000. He got Judge Cole on his side. Tristan, nobody is coming to defend you. So I don't know who told you to come out here and put yourself inside of this situation. They did you a disservice, sir. Because Bart got a lawyer. Everybody else got a lawyer except you, Tristan.
Great day for boating. No trouble. The waters were not troublesome at all. And on our way back, it was great too. It was just great weather. This was a day everybody's on. That's what he says. He goes on for about 3 minutes about the weather. He never once answers the question about what were you doing on the boat? It was a simple question. Were you just listening to music and drinking beer and chatting? What were you doing? He don't answer that question. He says the weather was nice. Now, I got to ask a question. Because if I was interrogating this guy, I would take a note of that and say, hey, that's deceptive. I asked you what you were doing and you didn't answer my question. Instead, you talked about the weather. That's going to be a red flag in my mind. He knows something I don't know. I don't know what that thing is. So let me find out. Why is the weather so important to you, Warren? Why are you bringing up the weather, Warren? Are you trying to establish credibility for a story that maybe there's some talk that there was something involved with Nolan's passing, and that if you can establish the weather was nice, then it couldn't have been us, or what's the point? I don't know.
Right,
Don. I don't know the answer to that.
It's just a bunch of babbling. That's all it was. They had a bunch of space in this interview that they had to fill in with a bunch of babble. Officer Tatum asked his leading questions, Warren answered them. Because y'all got to think about it. That interview was rehearsed, right? But they still got space within that 2-hour interview that they got to cover. So they asked the leading questions that they rehearsed, and then the rest of the interview is just babble. That's why you heard them spend so much time talking about the cell phone on the boat. They over-explain why Nolan left his phone on the boat, right? Warren wanted to make sure that we know that nobody takes their phone on the island. Everybody leave their phones on the boat, even though people was recording, people was Snapchatting, people was taking pictures. People can use their phone after they said there was no reception. Warren even admitted to calling his mother or his father, but he wanted to over-explain why Nolan left his phone in the boat. But he didn't want to explain why you didn't get Nolan his phone once Nolan said, I want to stay behind. Or did Nolan ask for his phone? Did Nolan ask for his phone? And I still have yet to see proof that Nolan was ever left behind. Y'all can keep screaming this shit till your face turn blue. I don't believe that he was. I told you I'm going out on the limb say Nolan was never on this island until I see proof.
But I do know that when I listen to the words you say, I can listen to what you didn't say. There's a point in the interview where he says, "Man, I could describe Nolan a million ways," but he doesn't, right? Because listen to what he said. I could describe Nolan a million ways, but he never does that because he could, but he won't. He can't. And so this guy, in my opinion, raises more red flags than he answers. If you go, matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to Nikki right now. I haven't done this yet. I haven't done the breakdown on this yet, but there's a part 2 interview. And at the 10-minute, 32-second mark, I'm going to send this to you, Nikki. This is the original video of Officer Tatum with this guy, Warren. On part 2 of the interview, Don, they're on Horn Island. Because what Tatum's trying to do is make this guy's story so credible.
Yeah.
It's so credible.
Yeah, he's the public defender. He's their public defender. He's the spokesman for the family because everybody's sending him videos. That picture of them getting told, that video of them getting told, Officer Tatum released it. So the friend group can send information to Officer Tatum to release, but they don't want to send nothing to the family. They send Officer Tatum those pictures of videos of them being told, right? Let me make sure I show y'all. Let me show y'all the pictures of them being told, just in case ain't nobody seen them, because Officer Tatum released this. Let's see, can we find, this is Officer Tatum page, family. This is his page. Officer Tatum releases these photos. Like they got no pictures or videos of them on the island, but they thought it was a good time to take a picture in a video and pose why they in distress, right? They called in and said, help us, we are drowning. And this is a 5-second video. Who records a 5-second video? And what are you recording? Like, do you need to even record this moment right here? This is very strange, by the way. Very strange. This moment needed to be recorded, family. Them motherfuckers needed proof that they was getting told.
I want you to watch this. Watch how he asked the question. Watch Warren's body language, and there's another edit. As soon as they bring up Nolan, shit gets edited again. It's incredible how it happens every single fucking time because they're making sure this guy answers correctly.
Or a glitch. Allegedly, all of this is allegedly another edit, but just yeah.
No, it's an edit. It's an edit, Lemonade. It's an edit.
Glitch. I'm a penguin, but yeah, it could be. I guess it could be. But no,
Andy,
it's at
you
the
got
10
it
minute,
for us.
10-minute, 32-second mark.
Downloading it.
You can go watch my video for the full breakdown. I'm about to do a part 2 breakdown as soon as I'm done with Don here. Don, the point I'm getting at is
hang out with their family and friends, and
people say that you guys just left Nolan behind. I've seen reports of.
Andy, back that up for me. Let me look at that.
Right before he asked the question about Nolan.
Smash that like button, family. Get the likes up. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, family. Support the work we got going on over here. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live, family. Let's get the likes up.
And they cut it probably so they can make sure he gets his answer right before they ask it. That's my opinion.
They know that.
Yeah.
I mean, 4th of July, this is the hot spot. This is where people want to be. This is where people want to come out, hang out with their family and friends. And
people say that you guys just left Nolan behind.
And you might back up. You know how you know that, right? This after spinning, I I've probably spent 10 years in edit booths, like getting my package on. You got to get this on the air. It's the lead, whatever. No, back up. Blah, blah, blah. And so what you do is, and again, in my opinion, and we don't know, we're not saying anything about this young man that he's guilty. You're relying on your expertise as an Army and former Army interrogation officer. So listen, innocent until proven guilty. Not that he had 100%. Anything to do with it, even about whether he's being deceptive or not. Okay, let's say that. But
shout out to Rogers coming in with the $10 super chat. Warren called Katie looking for Nolan. And Katie told him the last time she saw him, they were calling him back to the boat. Warren didn't counter argue with her. Exactly. Exactly, Roger. And not only that, I'm telling you, that interview backfired, Roger. That's why his father is coming out trying to get the heat off him by saying, I'm going to give you $50,000. Because he know that the interview backfired. Because if Nolan told you that he was left behind, why are y'all calling the Coast Guard, calling everybody, talking about some, where was Nolan? He was last seen with some girl. You said some girl, but at the same time, you said that he was left back with Katie. So which one is it? Is it some girl or is it Katie? But shout out to you, Rogers, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You keep an eye, and if you back it up, when you want to know if you have a jump cut or if something is out of sync, what you do is you look at the stationary object, the one that is either the biggest stationary object there, to see if that stationary object moves. Now take a look at the lower left hand of your screen next to the pink shirt at the log that's on the beach. Keep an eye on that log. That will tell you where the edit is.
I mean, 4th of July, this is the hot spot. This is where people want to be. This is where people want to come out, hang out with their family and friends. And
people say that you guys just left Nolan behind.
Now what? I want you to watch, listen to what this is very important. I want everybody to listen to what Tatum asked him, and I want you to listen to his answer in full. No, you don't even got to back up. You don't even got to back up. Listen to what Tatum asked him, and just let it play forward. When he gets to talking about Nolan, he starts grabbing his shirt. He pulls it up. It's really odd. It's really odd behavior. Watch it. Press play.
You guys just left Nolan behind. I've seen reports of people saying that you just left him. I see reports of people saying that you asked him to get on the boat. You told him to get on the boat. He didn't. What's the truth in that?
Well, Wyatt was having boat issues, and the bilge wouldn't pump. So the bilge is basically a pump that releases water from your boat when water comes in. So I opened the back hatch and there's water up to the batteries. And that is obviously not good. There's water almost coming over the transom, which is where your motors sit and which is by the stern, like in the back part of the boat. So obviously we were in emergency.
He's grabbing his shirt.
We're trying to save the boat. It's not like we didn't pass Nolan or we just left
cut in the middle of his answer.
No, I didn't see that. But again, it could just be sloppy editing.
But why edit in dead middle of his answer when he's giving us the most important part of the interview?
This type of interview don't need edits. Like, we are trying to find out what happened to Nolan. That's what we're trying to find out. So it was no point of edits. No point of edits. I'm talking and you gonna cut me off while I'm talking? Like, this is not a video where it needs to be overly edited and it needs to look perfect. No. This is a alleged friend, which is an enemy, by the way. Warren is an enemy to Nolan. He's not a friend because he's not advocating for Nolan. He's trying to separate himself from Nolan and put all the blame on Nolan. That's why he's doing all this babbling. Let me tell you guys how I ain't had shit to do with it, but I'm not going to defend my friend. What you need all these edits and jump cuts for?
Happen
Usually, I will tell you. Unless if you're if you're intentionally being deceptive, that's one thing, and I'm not saying that is happening. But also, they could be trying to just to condense what he said, right? To tighten up what he said for time's sake. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not.
I don't disagree with you, but let me give
yeah,
you
that
my
can be
take on
true
it.
too. That can be true.
In my opinion, the reason that Tatum's interviewing this guy is why? Because this guy has firsthand knowledge of what happened that day. He was there. He's Nolan's friend. That's the whole narrative.
But I understand what Lemonade's saying, but at the same time, it's like this interview shouldn't be rushed. You shouldn't be trying to cut for time because we trying to find out what happened to Nolan, right? Somebody is dead. Nolan is dead. This video should be no edits, just his friends talking. That's it.
Right. So the most important question you're going to ask, he just asked, what happened that day? People say you left Nolan behind. What really happened? First of all, in his answer, he starts off talking about we had boat trouble, bilge pump, blah, 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 blah. I don't like where he started his answer because where you start your answer tells me a lot about your answer as an interrogator. So he started off kind of not even really answering the question. And then dead middle of his answer, it just jump cuts to this other part of the answer. If you're here to prove a point to the larger audience, this guy is not being deceptive, then what you do is the interviewer say, hey, not to cut you off, but let's get back to what I was saying because I want people to hear your answer. You would do it as the interviewer, not through editing. Yeah. I think they're editing things out that he said that they don't like what he said.
Of course he did.
To your point, Don, I want to say what I said earlier. What I said earlier. I'm not saying the guy's guilty of anything because I don't listen. I've seen the timeline. I've watched the press conferences. I've seen the evidence. I've listened to everybody talk. I don't have enough evidence on my hand to say he did anything. But what I do feel like is that this was a very scripted interview. It was very curated, very presented to us.
Let me see. She said Tatum released a video of the boat getting towed with no tower in sight. Look on the edge of the boat. The guy in the red shorts appears to be getting beers out the cooler. Let's go look at it. This is the picture. Let's look at the video. You ain't lying. Hold on, let me go back. He sure lives. He sure lives. He sure lives, Michelle. He sure is. That motherfucker is getting beer out that motherfucker. This man is not in distress. Let me go back. Yeah, he got a beer can in his hand. And look at the guy that's standing right here with his hands on the thing. Like he ain't tripping. Like he ain't the way Watt called like, oh my God, we about to go down. And I never seen a boat get towed from the side. And Bart is actually the one that towed them 3 miles, right? Because they did get towed 3 miles. But how you towed them from the side? And why is he getting beer if y'all are sinking? Very interesting. Shout out to you, Michelle, for pointing that out.
In a very particular way, this guy avoids answering questions damn near like a politician does. He's very deceptive in his behavior. So my question has to be, as a trained professional, why are you deceptive? What happened? What are you being deceptive about? I'm not saying you're guilty of anything, but I would like to know why you're deceptive. And I feel like he's been, told to say, hey, say these things, stick to this script, say these things within these parameters, don't answer shit else.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
What I feel like.
Of course.
Okay, so someone said, Don, when I keep saying allegedly and whatever, this is they said, Don, you do not work for CNN anymore. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that. Before I was good, you know what I'm saying? So the other thing is, though, that I've been asking, I've been thinking this, and I forget to ask every time because people go on.
So, fam, there's one more thing that I want to play here before we get up out of here. I think it's on his Instagram. I think it's on X though. Let me see.
Killed Nolan. This is the smoking gun. They definitely killed Nolan. Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking.
There you have it, folks. The smoking gun. Obviously, they didn't realize that the 911 call starts recording before dispatch even picks up. Clear as fucking day. Put all of those kids, their parents, everyone underneath the fucking jail. They killed that kid. They're covering it up. This is clear as day.
Yeah. And you know, TMZ talking about if they was doing something malicious, why would they do it on a 911 call? Because they didn't know that it was recording before she actually picked up. That's what it was. But let me show you guys this right quick.
GPS, I figured it all out. I figured out the lies that are based in truth. I figured it all out, and I've got proof. But stick with me because it's going to be a long video, y'all. Now, I found a 15-page Marine Patrol report that had lots of little details that prove that the boys had been lying. So I've already shown how at 1:30 in the morning, the initial Lieutenant Odom with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office said that his deputies spoke with several of the friends who traveled to the island on the vessel with Nolan. And they said that he left in the company of an unknown female and that he chose to remain on the island.
So what was the next step? Did you guys ever engage with police or?
Yeah, so the first time I talked to police was July 7th. I talked to the lead investigator, and I told him my whole story top to bottom. Dot every I, crossed every T. I told him everything I knew, every little detail.
Well, that's a lie now, isn't it, Warren? Because you talked to them at 1:30 in the morning that night. I mean, did you just forget to tell the cops about Katie? Because it's not like you didn't know it was her or you didn't know how to get in contact with her.
The girl that he was with, Katie, had texted somebody that she heard people yelling. Correct. Nolan yelling.
Yeah, and I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking. Everybody was texting Katie, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, this is the last time I saw him. He's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat.
But Katie says that she assumed that she went on the boat after y'all were yelling at him. And let's not forget that the last time you saw him was 3.
Well, the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms.
And yet for some reason,
a girl on his arms. Last time you seen Nolan was at 3 o'clock cradling some girl on his arms. Why you didn't say he was with Katie?
around noon, the name of another girl who hadn't even seen Nolan in a year was given to the patrol to go interview, saying that she was with that group, not Katie. They also gave the name of a couple of other friends who they weren't able to get in contact with. And despite having a picture of a text message from Katie, funny how you didn't share that with Officer Tatum. Probably could have cleared up some stuff real quick, right? Now let's get to the data. Now, at about 1:30 on July 5th, they were doing a flight of drones based on the relation of the last known anchor position of the Atkinson vessel, which I have documented right here. 4:30, Officer Strickland contacted Jennifer Pyrone, who was Wyatt's mother, who told them that he had already spoken to officers earlier in that day, but they were happy to cooperate with any investigation. And she let this officer take a picture of the GPS. Officer Strickland observed the track line showing Pyrone's vessel location on Horn Island, then gave coordinates. I'm gonna need you to remember this exact phrasing. It's gonna be important later on. Now, this was the GPS coordinates from the picture that the officer took, meaning that these coordinates had to be a different one that was verbally given over the phone by Wyatt. And you'll notice they're quite different. Now you'll notice that this incident report says the involved entities are Bart Edmington and Jerry Adkerson, not Wyatt. Even though Wyatt is 18, he should be on this report. And you could argue that they were just giving the names of the people that owned the boats, but somehow I doubt that 21-year-old Bart owns that boat. You'll notice on this report
that's his granddaddy boat.
2 different pieces of GPS evidence were collected. So now we're going to go to the July 8th report, where they came and they took those GPS coordinates from both the Adkerson boat and Bart's boat. Yellow is Bart, blue is the grandfather Jerry. You know, the same Jerry that called and canceled the sea tow as the sea tow phone call was being made. Now, mind you, this is 3 days after the police had come and spoken to the mother and gotten the GPS coordinates. Now, Bart had a germane GPS map chart plotter. Jerry's boat also contained a germane GPS map chart plotter. Now, I had to look up the difference between waypoints, tracks, and routes. So waypoints mark specific spots. Routes connect them in a planned order, and tracks record your actual path. Now, according to that GPS data, there is no movement from 11 to 4:30, but we know that that's not true. Warren has never been able to logically explain how they ended up so far away from the shore. Because according to him, he said at 3 o'clock, that was the last time he saw Nolan, Bart was trying to yell at him to get on the boat. His brother got into a fight, so he got his brother to come over there. That's when he saw that it was all sinking, because he said this.
There's a lot of people on, so it drags water in. And eventually, I think over time, we were out there for a couple hours. The boat just started filling up with water. So I popped the starboard side hatch, and the battery was completely underwater.
Yes, but according to Warren, he had just seen Nolan, like neck deep, cradling a girl at the boat next to them. So how did they end up in 31 feet of water at the 4 o'clock call?
Because they're lying. That's what it is. They're lying. They're lying, and their lies are collapsing, family. They're lying, and their lies are collapsing. Yeah, the walls is closing in on y'all. Y'all thought y'all was finna get away with what y'all did with Warren. What y'all did to Nolan. Yeah, y'all was like, well, you know, a lot of deaths like this happen in Mississippi and don't nobody go to jail. Black people don't get no justice. You know, we got the police on our side. We got judges. We got that racist ass governor, the racist ass mayor that's going to Confederate rallies and different things like that. So we good. We can just say, hey, we can just make up some story and hope the public run with it. But hey, that shit backfired. Black people like, no. What? Y'all, he just drowned. He's just dead and don't nobody know nothing. He was on the island full of thousands of people and everybody talking about some. I seen him at 3. I seen him at 4:30. I seen him at 6:30. I seen him at 11. I seen it. You get a time. You get a time. You get a time. You get a. Them folks getting they Oprah on. But somehow nobody had eyes on Nolan when he was unalived. Everybody got timestamps that they can't prove, by the way. They made sure that they took a picture and a video when they was getting towed. They thought it was a Kodak moment to take a picture while they was getting towed. But they didn't take no pictures while they was actually drinking and having a good time on the island. But at a time that we called and we said, hey, we distressed. We are going down. We sinking. Let's snap up and take a picture. Yeah, let's take a 5-second video right now so we can have evidence that we was actually being told. Everything was calculated with these people. That's why Bart is about to bring this shit down. That's why Warren's father is coming out saying this. Yeah, this shit is crashing down. I advise Katie to come forward right now. Shout out to Jones coming in with a $2 super chat. The autopsy has been completed. NBC News. Huh? The autopsy from who? The state? Let me fact check that real quick. Oh, wait a minute. We got to talk about that. Hold on.
Tonight, that state autopsy report now in the hands of investigators. The results have not been made public. The examination of Nolan Wells' body was conducted on July 7th, one day after he was found dead at the barrier island where he spent the 4th of July holiday with friends. This as new video surfaces appearing to show Nolan at different points during the day. The Officer Tatum podcast posting surveillance video from the boat launch where Nolan and his friends departed on the morning of July 4th. The podcast also airing video and NBC News analysis confirms is from Horn Island on July 4th. You see dozens of boats and people in the water, the show's host claiming Nolan is among them. Another clip aired on the podcast appears to show Nolan's friend's boat being towed. Nolan does not appear to be on it. One of Nolan's friends who traveled home on the boat said they left because the boat malfunctioned.
Look at all these people though.
To stay behind.
Look at all these people.
Meanwhile, Nolan's mother, as administrator of his estate, making several legal moves, this week sending subpoenas to several social media companies for information and content from his accounts. Today, Nolan's mother again asking her community to speak up.
We are begging, if anyone knows anything, his friends, strangers, please call the hotline.
Aaron Gilchrist, NBC News.
We thank you for watching. And
okay, so they completed the autopsy. So family, the autopsy is completed, but they not releasing it to the public.
Autopsy report now in the hands of investigators. The results have not been made public. The examination of Nolan Wells' body was conducted on July 7th, one day after he was found dead at the Barrier Island, where he spent the 4th of July holiday with friends. This as new video surfaces appearing.
So you see Nolan. So this, they say that's Nolan right there beside that boat, right? And I want you guys to pay attention. Let's just say that's Nolan. We really can't tell, but people saying that's Nolan. Okay, let's run with that narrative that that's Nolan.
Nolan at different points during the day. The Officer Tatum podcast posting surveillance video from the boat launch where Nolan and his friends departed on the morning of July 4th. The podcast also airing video.
Look at all these people, family. Let me go back just a couple seconds, right? Because Nolan is right there, right? Nolan is alleged right there. And I want you guys to look all the way out there behind the boats. Because what the YT community wants you to believe that Nolan drowned, right? They drowned. With no toxicology, no autopsy, no nothing. He drowned. He in like 3 feet of water right there. Nobody is swimming. Everybody is just standing in the water beside the boat. Nobody is out there in the ocean swimming. Nolan is right there amongst people. There's eyes on him. So you mean to tell me from this moment, nobody had eyes on Nolan, so nobody seen Nolan that's right here alive with breath in his body, until his body getting picked up out the ocean, dead. How did that happen? He didn't drown in his 3 feet of water right here. Nobody is swimming. So how did he drown? Y'all can start with that dumbass narrative. Nobody is swimming. Nolan is right here amongst hundreds of people. Look at all these people. Look at all these people in the water, family. That's Warren right there. So Warren seen him in the water. All these people on the island, everybody in between the boats. But somehow, Warren magically disappeared and they pulling his body out of the ocean. From that moment, nobody seen Nolan. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen him. I seen him at 3. I seen him at 6. I seen him at 12. Look at this, family.
Analysis confirms is from Horn Island on July 4th. You see dozens of boats and people.
Look at all those boats. Everybody is between the boats, so you can see everything that's going on.
The show's host claiming Nolan is among them. Another clip aired on the podcast appears to show
but
Nolan's
somehow they
friend's
right
boat
here
being towed. Nolan does not appear to be on it. One of Nolan's friends who traveled
Look at
home
all
on
these
the
people,
boat
family.
said they left because
Look at all these people. Take a good look at this, family. Take a good look at this. Look at all these people. This island is a empty. It's just sand. There's nothing on this island. So you can clearly see everything. And not only that, family, it's rangers that a spec this island when everybody leave because everybody got to go home at nightfall. The Rangers come make sure everybody leaves, so they didn't see nobody. All of these individuals didn't see where Nolan walked off to. All these people that's on these boats in this water, everybody went home. Everybody went home. Everybody made it home alive except for Nolan. So the autopsy is complete. Thank you for that information. I forgot who told me that. Thank you so much for that information. Who told me that? Shout out to Jones for telling me that the autopsy is complete. So the autopsy is complete, family. They are done with the autopsy. They gave the autopsy to the investigators and they not releasing it to the public. If Nolan just drowned, they would have just came out and said Nolan was drowned. That's easy. You don't need to hide that from the public. So you could just come out and say Nolan drowned. How did Nolan drown in 3 feet of water? That water is disgusting. Nobody is swimming in that water, family. People are just in the water to stay cool. They not swimming. They not dunking their head underwater. That water is dirty. They are literally just in the water, staying cool, having a good time. And all of these people left the island. Look at these people.
And that Nolan decided to stay behind. Meanwhile, Nolan's mother, as
Nolan decided to stay behind,
making several legal moves.
I can't get over the fact of all these people.
Water, the show's host claiming Nolan is among them. Another clip aired on the podcast appears to show Nolan's friend's boat being towed. Nolan does not appear to be on it. One of Nolan's friends who traveled home on the boat said they left because the boat malfunctioned and that Nolan...
Exactly, money. Those Rangers had a job to do, and that means Nolan was not left behind on that island. Those Rangers have to come make sure everybody is off that island. Rangers, matter of fact, let me play it. I ain't got to talk. I'll just play it. Don't worry. I'll just play it for you then. Don't worry. I'll play it.
Yeah, I was told that there was a boat he thought he was going to get on that was leaving and that he might have been trying to swim.
Shout out to Ball coming in with the $2 super chat. Ben Crump said he got the raw audio too. Yeah, I seen that, Ball. I seen that. Shout out to you, Ball, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you.
To it. The only problem I have with that story is that if the people in the boat knew he was trying to swim to it and they saw him getting carried off with the current, they would have known about it. They would have been able to react to it. Not only
listen to this, families. Listen to this.
That even if that wasn't the case, if he went into the water at all and became distressed, it was so crowded that day that it seems hard to believe that nobody would have noticed a distressed swimmer.
We seen him right there in the middle of boats and people. So if he was drowning, even though nobody is swimming, everybody just standing up in the water, people would have saw him. Let's keep going.
The water.
And this is the rescue, by the way. This is the guy that was part of the rescue team that helped pull Nolan's body out of the ocean.
Again, it's a story I was told. There's a lot of reasons why I question it. What I do know is that he went out there with a number of boys that has been his regular friend group since he was.
They haven't told us the time of the day, Patrice. They haven't told us. They don't give us no timestamps. They just give us pictures and videos. They never tell us the time.
Young, they were ready to leave at about 3 o'clock. They told him it's time to go. I was told he had started talking to a young lady and he wanted to hang back and keep talking to her, and that he would believe that he could get another ride. Now, some people have been criticizing, saying, "Oh, you never leave your friend." Well, technically, they didn't leave him. He requested to stay behind, and
you don't know what he requested, sir. Why you get on your platform and lie like that? You don't know that. You have no evidence of that. I'm sick of y'all out here lying and speaking on the behalf of Nolan. You don't know that he requested to stay behind just because those lying ass motherfuckers said he did. You have no proof of that.
If you know anything about how these barrier islands are and how they're used recreationally. People go out there on one boat, they might come back on another boat. Like
the Cajun Navy dude. Yes, Patrice, this is the Cajun Navy dude that was a part of the rescue team.
It's almost like a community ferry system, because not everybody has a boat, and you might jump on with another group of friends, whatnot. What we have to find out is, after his friends left, who was Nolan in contact with? Who did he believe he was supposed to get a ride back with? Did that boat give him a ride? Did he get on any boat? How did he end up in the water? Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands,
If he was on a boat and fell off, we would have. Somebody, come on now. Somebody should have came forward. If he was on your boat, come forward.
Allowed to like camp out or be there after dark.
Here we go.
And so the Rangers, as it gets to be on a
This
boat,
is very key, family. This right here is very key. I want you guys to pay attention to this part right here, right? The autopsy is done. They just released saying that the autopsy is complete. It's with the investigators. I just showed you guys Nolan in the water, allegedly. That's what they saying, around all those peoples in boats. But this is how you know Nolan wasn't left behind. Listen to what he's saying right here. This is the Cajun Navy guy.
Off. That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark.
You're not allowed at this particular island. You are not allowed to camp out or be here after dark. This is key.
And so the Rangers, as it gets to be sunset, they start running around looking for, if there's still any boaters or people out there saying, hey guys, it's time to go home.
Rangers go around the island, around the whole entire island, making sure there's no people or no boats or nobody trying to camp out, telling everybody that you got to leave and it's time to go home. Let me replay that.
Did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark. And so the Rangers, as it gets to be sunset, they start running around looking for, if there's still any boaters or people out there saying, hey guys, it's time to go home. So I would not think that Nolan was just wandering around the island when it got dark. My instinct tells me that he got off the island, either tried to swim off or got off on a boat.
He ain't tried to swim.
And somehow ended up in the water. But because of the Rangers' presence, I don't think it's likely that he just like spent the night on the island.
He said because of the Ranger presence, I don't think Nolan just tried to spend a night and stay on the island, because he had to leave the island at some points. Rather, he tried to swim. He not swimming back. That was dumb as hell to say. It was 10 miles back to shore. You think Nolan finna sit there and watch every boat leave? Think about how these people is trying. Bro, these people think we stupid, family, honestly. Like, it's very insulting how stupid they really believe. These people want us to believe. This guy just verified. The Cajun Navy guy said, you can't spend a night. You can't camp out on this island. The Rangers show up, go around the entire island telling everybody you need to leave and go home. Nolan wasn't there. But the day later, his body get washed up on the shore at the same spot that y'all was at. You dropped his body right there. Yeah, y'all dropped his body right there. You think Nolan finna swim 10 miles. This is what they want you to think, family. They want you to think that Nolan sat there, watch. Matter of fact, let's go to the news. Look at this. Just look at it, family. Look at all these boats.
The podcast also airing video and NBC News and
Let me mute this. Look at these boats. Look at all these people. These people want you to believe. Look at that. These people want you to believe that Nolan sat there on this island and watched everybody leave and stayed there and try to swim 10 miles back to shore. Look at all these people. So Nolan sat here. Hold on. Whoa. Let me show. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Look at this. Look at all these people. Nolan is out there with all these people. Nolan sat here and watched all these people go home, family. Shout out to Budweiser coming in with the $2 super chat. Yo, family. What's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Look at all these people. And the Cajun Ranger said that it's unlikely, it's very unlikely that Nolan was on that island when the Rangers came because everybody got to leave.
And so the Rangers, as it gets to in the water, did he wade into the water on his own? Did he get on a boat and fall off? That's what we have to find out. On those particular islands, you're not allowed to like camp out or be there after dark. And so the Rangers, as it gets to be sunset, they start running around looking for, if there's still any boaters or people out there saying, hey guys, it's time to go home. So I would not think that Nolan was just wandering around the island when it got dark. My instinct tells me that he got off the island.
He got off the island,
swim off, or got off on a boat, and somehow ended up in the water.
He ain't just ended up in the water. Yeah, family. The autopsy has been released. Let me play it right quick.
That state autopsy report now in the hands of investigators. The results have not been made public. The examination of Nolan Wells' body was conducted on July.
So they want you to believe that Nolan Wells was on an island with his friends in the water, and then Nolan sat there and watched every boat leave. Nolan was just standing by himself, just looking at everybody going home, and then he decided to swim back to shore. That don't even make sense because you got the Rangers out there. The Rangers would have seen Nolan allegedly. I'm just running with their narrative. They believe Nolan's drowned. So let's just run with the narrative that he was swimming. He was swimming. All those boats out there, all those people, Nolan just like this. Yeah, that boat leaving. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and then just try to swim 10 miles. And then just die. If Nolan drowned, this autopsy would not be private. They would just release that he's drowned. That's what they did with Daniel Irvin. They came out last week. I played it on the live stream. They said Daniel Irvin drowned. No foul play. Even though that white friend of his, Lucas, deleted everything out his phone, left him for dead, stripped him naked, threw his phone in the ditch, and drove off. Shout out to Keith coming in with the $5 super chat. A certain ringworm video saying Nolan and Bart was allegedly on the down low and might have sparked a lawsuit. Incoming ringworm. Hey, bro, I already know what you mean when you said ringworm. He's desperate, bro. He's desperate. When you got to go that far to say something like that, that's how you know he's desperate. He's very desperate. He don't know what to do over there because nobody is listening to him. Nobody cares about him. He's a lying, fleeing tether that's desperate for attention. He's mad that we are supporting Nolan Wells and ain't nobody paying attention to that dead-ass YouTube channel he got over there. We live over here. We popping. Everybody's over here listening to us. Mainstream media got to address us directly. They over here getting information about us. This is what the black content creators saying. This is what they saying. They saying this. Yeah, they over here listening to us. They're not listening to Ringworm. I cooked him already. Don't make me throw you back on the grill, Ringworm. I know you want some attention. But family, the autopsy has been released. Well, not released. It's completed. But they're not going to release it to the public. They're going to give it to investigators. That's how I know it's just not drowning. That would have been easy to say. If he drowned, just say he drowned. No foul play. Like y'all came out and said it the first time. No foul play. But they want you to believe Nolan was out here around all these people and he decided to swim. Look at this. Autopsy is complete. That's good to know. So we should be hearing something soon. Right, family? We should be hearing something soon. District Attorney, I would love to hear what that autopsy say. So, ma'am, since your autopsy is complete, send that throat and that neck back to Washington so that examiner can finish doing his examination on Nolan. Send his throat to Washington so he can finish doing his part. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the family. Thank you guys for joining me on this evening. Yeah, Ringworm, he want to be Officer Tatum, bro. See, like, this is why I tell y'all know I have won over some of the low level Sambos, you know, the days of becoming massive like Officer Tater Tot, Brandon Tatum, those days are over. Getting millions of subscribers like the Harsh twins, the Cartier family, Anton, all those days is over. They don't need you anymore. They got Nick Fuentes. They got Jake Lang. They got Chud the Builder that's finna go to jail for the rest of his life. They don't need the Sambo class no more. So a lot of these low IQ loser black people, instead of trying to be productive, they trying to take the easy way out and tap dance against us because we are the main attraction. We is the golden ticket. You talk shit about black people. Oh, the white low IQ Neanderthals gonna come flock to your channel because they want to get some type of validation to feel like that they are better than us because they don't know what to do with this work that we got over here. This work, this pressure, this type of dominance hasn't been seen in a while. They think they can just shoot us away and just come out with a whole bunch of bullshit narratives and black people going to accept it. They didn't think that we was going to be a massive platforms like this and have the loudest voices in mainstream media. Nobody believed TMZ. Nobody believed Fox News. Nobody believed CBS. Nobody believed ABC. Y'all come over here and listen to us. They got to get on their platforms and address us directly because we are the stars. Nothing moves unless black people say it's moved. Nothing is cool unless we say it's cool. If you want attention on your platform, if you a degenerate low IQ motherfucker, talk shit about black people. Say black on black crime, Chicago, all this shit. That's going to only get you so far. That's not going to work. So I see a lot of tap dancing going on and I'm like, oh, you got 5 views on your video. Nobody listening to you. Ringo is trying his hard to tap dance. Nobody's listening to him. Those days are up. You're cooked, bro. You're done. That was Bart Boat. Shout out to Lady J coming in with the $2 super chat. Speak the truth. Keep the fight going for our people. Absolutely. I'm reporting for duty. You ain't got to tell me twice. I look forward to doing it, Lady J. I look forward to coming over here being a voice for my people. Absolutely. I'm ecstatic. I'm energized. I got black fatigue. Okay, you're tired then. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I don't get tired, baby. I don't get tired when it comes to my people. Because I'm enraged. I'm enraged. So I got all the energy in the world. Yeah, Ringworm, he wants some attention, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Because we on code. We sticking together. We are supporting one another. And we are not staying quiet. I told you, family, your presence is not going unnoticed. I tell you guys this every day. Your voice is not going unnoticed. They hear you. They see us. They try to act like they don't see us, but they see us. They over here right now. Welcome. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Thank you. To the trolls that's out there watching. Mainstream media. I know you see all this black excellence over here. I know y'all kind of confused like, damn, we cannot break them. We tried to run an interference, but they still showing up for one another. They still supporting Nolan Wells almost a month later. And we're not giving them no type of evidence. We're not giving them no information. They out here doing the work. Fuck we gonna do with these niggas? We tried to send the Sambos to try to run an interference and try to break up the crowd. That's not working. Name calling them ain't working. Bringing up Chicago ain't working. Black on 1350 ain't working. None of that shit working. That shit ain't working. You talking to one of the most powerful people that's on the face of this earth. We are the chosen people. Once we start getting on code and really be dialed in with one another and not allow nobody to come penetrate what we got going on, we unstoppable. That's why everybody is losing their mind. That's why they trying to silence us. They trying to gaslight us. They try to rage bait us, but it's not working because of you, family, because of y'all. You should feel good every time you speak your voice on this platform. You should be proud when your presence show up because they see you. They see you. So they try to send the trolls over here. They send the Sambos over here. They send the white supremacists, the low IQ Neanderthals over here to try to fuck up what we got going on. But we seal tight, baby. We seal tight. I don't think you ever seen a focused group of black people like you do over here. We so fucking focused, it ain't nothing that you can do. It ain't nothing that you can do. Take a seat, watch and learn, get your pencil and paper, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Thank you for being here. You will learn a lot over here. Me and the family will teach you a lot. We're going to show you what unity look like. We're going to show you what power look like. We're going to show you what dominance look like. We're going to show you what excellence look like. This is a Kodak moment. Take a picture. But you ain't seen the last of us. You can't run us off. We're not your Sambo class. We the radical kind. Just to make sure that I'm clear, again, for the new people, I stand with my people. If you are a fence sitter, you're going to have a hard time over here. I am going to make you very uncomfortable. Because I'm a representative of black people and black people only. The foundational kind. And I love y'all telling me how tired y'all is. Black fatigue. Debate me, bro. They all family. They be all in my emails. Debate me, bro. You're lying about Carmelo Anthony. Debate you. You are desperate. You are desperate for Black Daddy.
Hey, Daddy!
Yeah, you desperate for Black Daddy. You're not finna waste my time. You can pay for my time, but you're not finna waste my time. Shout out to AQ for the $2 super chat. The daddy audio clip. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming, AQ. I got that clip specially made for them. Specially made for them. And I welcome them, by the way. The trolls, you are welcome. No, I will not debate you. You're going to sit here and watch this black excellence put belt to ass every day. Have a seat. Get your meth pipe. Get you a can of beer. Have a seat. Take your time. This is every day, by the way. That's why I encourage y'all to become a channel member. So you won't miss out. Because you love it over here. You love it over here. What other channel can you go to that people welcome the trolls? I welcome you. I time y'all like clockwork. Salute to K. Salute to you for being part of the team, a part of the family. Thank you so much for being here. We welcome you. All the new subscribers, welcome. If you got soft ears, this is going to be a hard platform for you because I don't play no games over here. I'm not a fence sitter. I don't play it safe. I'm not politically correct. I stand firm when it comes to my people. Yes, I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm all the above. Radical. Yes, all that. Yeah, all that. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that one. Yeah, I'm all that kind. Whatever the black kind you like to use, yeah, I'm that black kind. Mix it all in one. I'm my ancestors. We control the narrative over here, not y'all. That's why y'all mad. That's why every time I call out one of y'all in the comment section, oh, these chats stupid. These people over here stupid. Gentlemen, dear, you're lying. Debate me, bro. Debate you. You're not my equal, sir. You beneath me. You're beneath me. We're not the same. We're not the same, you dumb idiot. You think I'm gonna waste the family time debating you? What about black on black in Chicago, bro? What about it? What about black? What about it? What you want me to say about that? Them niggas in jail. Majority of black people look at us. We show up every single day. This is excellence over here. Why are you bringing up black on black crime over here with us? These are productive black people over here. Productive black people show up every single day being productive, standing no business behind our lineage, behind our people. Why are you bringing up Chicago over here with us? That's not going to work. You have to update y'all software, trolls. I'm trying to help y'all out. But I told you, we are going to suffocate y'all. Those lies that y'all been telling for so long, we are suffocating it. With unity. This unity is suffocating y'all lies. That's why y'all got to make fake AI videos on Nolan Wells' mother. I told you, this unity is dominant. Shit, we can't fucking, man, we cannot run it. We can't fuck up what they got going over here. Make some AI videos on Nolan Wells' mother. We got to do something. Have Officer Tatum out here buck breaking and buck dancing. See him the Nancy Grace. See him everywhere. We cold red. The blacks are unified. We cannot stop them. I don't know what to do. I know what you can do. Have a seat and get comfortable. That's what you can do. Because your talking points not working, your narrative's not working, your stereotypes not working. None of that shit is working. You're wasting your time. Salute to the family. Thank you guys so much for being here with me on this evening. I appreciate you. I am honored to host you on this evening. Shout out to the family. Yeah, that's what I got over here. Family. That's what the fuck I got. I don't know what you got over there, ringworm. I don't know what you got over there, tampon. Mr. Potato Head, po chop, moose in the face, rock face. I don't know what y'all got over there. But I know what we got going over here. Some shit you can't stop. You can't stop it. You can throw a grenade over here. That motherfucker gonna backfire. Yeah. Just like that. Yeah, y'all. Man. I'm so proud of the family, man. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all don't even understand how proud I am of y'all. Showing up day in, day out, being vocal. Not being afraid. Not hiding somewhere in the cut. Just hiding, allowing these people to keep disrespecting us and shit. Not being vocal. Not standing on business. Hiding. No, I'm showing my face. Yeah, this is me behind this talk. I ain't hiding. Yeah, I'm who you been talking about. Fuck you mean? Black fatigue, but you over here every goddamn day. Black fatigue, but you subscribing to a Sambo channel degrading black people every day, but you got black fatigue. Family, thank you so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. I want you guys to be proud of yourself, family. Be proud. You are not going unnoticed. Shout out to Keith. Sitting down on the beach, was about to grab some brews and said, I got 5 on it. What you doing? Show enough. Show enough. Salute to you, Keith. Appreciate that. Love you too, Flying High. Love you too, bro. Salute to the family. Be proud. Thank you guys for being a voice. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for being present. When we together like this, it's nothing they can't handle us. They don't know what to do. They have to go back, call the audible, and then we're going to smash that play again. Be proud, family. Be proud. Be proud of yourself. Salute to Integrity for becoming a channel member. Thank you so much, Integrity. Thank you so much for joining the family, joining the team. We need you over here. We need your energy over here. We need your voice over here. Thank you so much. I'm just so proud of y'all. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy, man. This is a different feeling when we together like this. This shit is like, it's like medicine to the soul. When we together like this, it's like we connected. We all over this country, but we connected.